Saturday night, we have a special guest. We also
Saturday.
have the Ray Saturday night. Mike Levelstein over here. Baby Farks
What's
McGee's
up, Waffle?
I changed
tag.
my
Baby
name.
Frogs McGee's ex.
Just trying to collect all the
Baby
space
Frogs
cash over here.
McGee's ex.
We are breaking his podcast Cherry, which I like breaking cherries, especially his tight little cherry. It's
He's a
it's gonna be a
very
good
tight
time.
cherry. We've been broken hardcore.
We got some fellas in here already. Jay, what's going on? TB, Mark.
What
Mark,
up,
of course,
Jay?
was on the screen before we started. Mark's the GOAT.
Mark.
He was on the show on Tuesday,
Love
I
you,
believe
Mark.
it was. Mark's awesome. Saturday night's my favorite night because it's like, as a kid, at least for me recently, as a kid, it feels like Christmas. You know, like the night before Christmas, you just can't like wait for football. And it's been a great, lucrative year for me so far for the channel, for everyone involved. And anyways, Mike, Ray, what's going on, Mike? I'll start with you, Mike. What's going on?
I just want to start by saying I think there was an error and omission to start the show. My debut was actually the XFL draft night.
Oh
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Yep.
That was our breaking.
We had ourselves a night,
Rob,
like we always do in XFL.
Rob, if we broke our cherry for the podcast that night. I think that was the breaking point. So Mike is 100% right.
And then you guys all know Big Ray. Anything else to say? What's up, Ray? How you doing?
Ready to rock and roll, baby. And like I said, like Mike laid it out. He broke his cherry on really what I think was our breaking point for the podcast.
So, Mikey, I played you in XFL this week. I'm fuck, man. I'm 5-1, 5-1, 4-2, 4-2 in my 4 Yahoo home leagues, and I've lost to Ray twice, and I'm probably gonna lose to Mike this week. Like the fuck, man. I can't beat you guys.
I don't know. My team hasn't had a great start, although you've been finally Jamar Chased.
I was Jamar Chase.
He had a couple of good back-to-back weeks, but it looks like Flacco's going to give him about. I mean, he probably is not going to get 25 targets a week, but he's probably going to get 12. So I feel pretty good about him going forward.
Mike.
Dude, 12 would be a disappointment at this point, right?
Upwards of targets.
Well, how many did he have? 25, 26?
23.
23
okay.
targets. 16 catches. Unreal. And he had a couple drops in there, too.
Yeah, he did. Franchise record catches.
What do you got, Ray?
I'm in 4 leagues. I have Jamar in 2, and I'm going to tell you, everybody right now, anybody who's a Jamar Chase owner, anybody who's going against Jamar, watch out. Because here's the thing. Joe Flacco is so old school of quarterbacking compared to the new, like, think of Josh Allen. Josh Allen does not have, granted, he doesn't have a Jamar Chase on his team, which if he were, who's to say that he wouldn't completely target the guy the entire time? But with the Bengals and Joe Flacco's old school is enough that he is a guy that will target the number one guy because he knows he can make it be done. And what happened last week?
I mean, look what happened with Amari Cooper. Remember Amari Cooper's four
yes.
And Flacco, he was number one receiver. We got Cry Dog in the chat here. Good question.
Right
about Dowdle? You start Dowdle because the report from Canales was not good. If I was a
taking over, baby,
he's made his decision. He said he's made his decision, but he's not releasing it. And now here's the thing: he's essentially saying he's named a starter, which we thought it was going to be a timeshare. There's no way he's going to name Shuba the starter after those 2 Rico performances and coming off a calf injury. So I'm reading that over, baby. 70%, 70% Dowdle. What do you guys have for your snap share this week? Mikey, I'm gonna start with you. What is your snap share guess for Dowdle and Rico?
I mean, if they're bringing Hubbard back off injury, I'd imagine they're going to ease him back in. That would be my guess. I mean, Dowdle's been so hot, like you have to give him carries, right? You have to give him snaps. If I was the coach, I'd go 70-30. I think realistically, because Hubbard's their guy, they're going to go probably more like 60-40 in terms of Chuba with the 40. I don't know. We'll see. It's the Panthers, man. You don't know. Like, you think logically it should go one way, but then the Panthers do something else. You just never know. If it was up to me, I'd go Dowdle 70, but I don't think that's going to happen.
What, you have 70, Ray, for this week?
Honestly, for what I've been reading, yes. I think that they have not, from what I've read, the coaching staff on Carolina has been holding their close to the chest, meaning that they're not letting anybody know. AKA, it's gonna be Rico. It's gonna be Rico. How do you I mean, unless you're Mark Trestman of the Bears and just oh yeah, you ran for 200 yards 2 straight weeks. Yeah, you're gonna be benched.
You're thinking logically, though.
Well,
here's the thing. Here's the thing I'll say is the first week I'm very confident about Rico. Now going forward, when they're both healthy, I don't think it's going to be 70% Rico. We'll see how this week goes. The upside for Chuba is he got a pretty fat contract. We got to move on to soccer.
Real quick. Last thing I'll say is that it was just the coaching staff has said different, but the money means more than anything.
The money
means more than
soccer says if Josh Jacobs doesn't play tomorrow, who do I start? Woody, Emmanuel Wilson, or Bam Knight? It's Emmanuel Wilson. If you have no Josh Jacobs, you're playing the backup. I mean, that's easy.
Oh yeah, right. But otherwise,
Jacobs is playing though because he was listed questionable last week with an injury. So unless he has mono or something, because he played last week, right? He played last week with an illness. 100%. Now he has an illness again. And he's practiced every game. So
yeah,
what's going on, Ryan?
Matt LaFleur knows what's up. He's playing.
I gotta shout out Ryan for being the funniest man in the Discord. You're the shit, Ryan.
Shout out Ryan. Let's go, Ryan. Woo, woo, woo.
Mark says I think Dowdle Hubbard will be a hot hand and like the right guy out of the gate. I mean, it will be, but they're just not going to give. There's no world they're giving Chuba 18 touches coming off a calf injury. Like there's just no
way.
The question is who gets the goal line work. That's the question. That could kill Dowdle, but I'm starting Dowdle.
I don't know. I'm starting Dowdle as well. Like honestly, like if we're at the point to where if like we're in the fantasy league where if you need a running back and you have Dowdle, you're starting the guy. I'm sorry, like don't fuck around with that.
You have to until he tells you they're not gonna
correct.
Do it, right?
Thank you, Mark. Yes,
you have to until the coaching staff says no, this isn't our decision anymore.
Exactly.
I'll spit a line for you guys that I had because I have Dowdle in 9 leagues, right? And like I started him 9 out of 9 and 9 out of 9. So
oh boy,
he's been really good for me, and he's making me a lot of money in basketball. But I have Jordan Mason in the league, and I have Dowdle as my third, essentially my flex, right? And I was debating. I had Mason in there midweek, and then the report came out that I just mentioned, and I'm just like, the matchup against the Eagles isn't really tough, but it's not actually easy either. The Eagles could be, with Jalen Carter coming back. So I'm just gonna roll with Dowdle because I feel like I'm gonna feel a lot worse if Dowdle comes out and has 19 carries for 140 yards and a touchdown than if Mason does that. If that makes sense.
I think you're 100% right. I think you have to ride that. Like, there's 2 historic back-to-back performances in a row. Like, you can't not give the guy a chance, right? So to ease your mind, I think that's the right choice. Like, you could play your cards, you could play poker and try the other guy, but I think you got to go with the hot hand until he's not hot anymore, until they tell you otherwise, until they say it's a 50-50 split. You got to see it happen.
This is a good one from Mark. What do we think about the Bucs wide receiver situation? Ibuka has a chance to play. Somehow Ibuka might play. It sucks that it's a Monday night. We think Mike Evans is playing. I would bank on Mike Evans playing more than Ibuka, but like, what do you guys put the chances? Ray, what do you put the chances Ibuka plays? 40%? 0? Wow.
I haven't. I'm just saying, like, I have the guy in your league. Balls deep, baby. I'm saying my starting 3 receivers are Amon St. Brown, at GSN, and Miko Buka.
That's a crew, Ray. Wow.
Well, yeah, I understand. Well, you go ahead and tell the guy above. Go ahead and explain it to him.
Here's what I'll say.
I'm sorry. I'm not starting Miko Buka unless I know for a fact he's starting. It's a game time decision. I'm not risking it.
I wouldn't just for that.
I have other receivers. I have other receivers.
There's 2 Johnson backups, right?
Here's the way you can play Ibuka. For me, I have Ibuka, in a few spots, and if I have Sterling Shepard, I am comfortable with just having Sterling Shepard in my lineup, and if Ibuka plays, I slot him in there. And then in one of my wife's leagues, she has in the flex, she has Charbonnet, who plays Monday night as well. So I'm just gonna roll with Charbonnet, and then if Ibuka plays, I'll put him there. But if you don't have a Monday night option, and you're talking about like picking up Tez Johnson or some shit, like don't do that. Even like a Houston receiver, because we have Christian Kirk being out now. I'm not going there. I'm playing like a Rashid Shaheed, for instance, like someone of that ilk. Just to get the points, right? I don't want to play that game on Monday night. It's not smart business.
If your fantasy league or whatever you're betting on has return yards too, you got to think about that stuff. So I mean, like Rashid Shaheed, those guys, like who's the guy in the Raiders?
Trey Tucker.
Like guys like that. Yeah. If you can pick up a guy like that, even in relief, and you get return yards in your league, do it. Like why not?
Well, here's probably Mike. You and I, we play return yard leagues.
Oh yeah,
Most
all
of
the time.
Rob. I'm saying Rob does it with our balls deep.
I
but
play a couple.
balls. No, I'm saying, but balls deep is deeper than any of our leagues. So Rob's
Sure.
Because I'm a real man. Chase says start 2. ETN, Worthy, JMO, Rome, Keenan, full PPR. You see that transition, baby? I'm smooth, son. Start 2. ETN, Worthy, JMO,
sure.
Rome, Keenan.
ETN and
Rome
Rome.
and ETN?
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm 100%. Mike?
What were the choices again? Sorry, I'm locked out of.
It's ETN. It's ETN, Xavier Worthy, Jameson Williams, Roman Dinze, Keenan Allen, full PPR. Me and Rob both said Travis Rome. ETN and Rome. That's what we said.
Yeah,
but we both said.
Yeah, definitely. ETN's hot as hell, and Rome is just like, I mean, the only thing stopping him are bullshit penalties. So
for sure,
he scores a touchdown every damn week. So
the only one I'd consider if you want to go a home run shot, just because the weather in Chicago looks shitty, as we know, we all live there, is JMO in the upside shot. I think ETN has to be in there.
Real quick, by the way, with these picks, there's exactly what you said. Like, I mean, dude, like seriously, the weather is such a. There's been major weather problems without the whole league this week. If anybody
it's gonna start.
Okay, rank these players in order of startability: Luke McCaffrey, Woody Marks, K9, and Vidal.
I mean, that's a big return question again. I mean, if you get return points, you have to seriously consider.
We're not going return points, guys. No one plays return points leagues.
Okay,
I mean, not many people do.
Then Luke McCaffrey should be in the conversation there.
Correct.
Well, you have no Debo and no McLaurin. I think Vidal is the easy number one. It's Vidal. I think it's in reverse order as what it's in. Vidal, K9, Woody, Luke.
Fact. I'm agreeing with that.
No return points.
You know what? I actually think I want to play Luke over Woody though. I think with the no receivers there, I want Luke McCaffrey over Woody Marks.
Well, yeah, no,
but like the last two are interchangeable.
It depends on what the rest of your lineup looks like too, right? Like you got to kind of give us a little shout of what the lineup looks like. If you want a boomer bust option, then you can go with Luke. I mean, he could score a 30-yard touchdown. You never know. So I mean, if you have room for boomer bust, then yeah, I would say you've got a choice there. But Vidal, you got to play him. I would say.
All right.
Start 2. Mike, because nobody wants.
I got to shout out Chase. Chase, haven't seen you on here recently. What's going on? Thanks for coming back. Cup, Golden, Chubb, or Hubbard.
Oh my God, Hubbard! I'm going Hubbard and Hubbard.
Let's assume this is PPR.
I'm going Hubbard and Cup.
Hubbard and Cup.
That's me.
Man, those are all so close. I think I got to go Golden in there just in this week against the Cardinals. Like I think that's a soft matchup. So give me you know what? Give me Golden and Chubb. I think the Seahawks could be had on the ground. Give me Golden and Chubb. I don't like starting Cooper Kupp. He's dust. What do you got, Mike?
I don't like Kupp either. I'm going to go with Hubbard for the safe floor of a touchdown, maybe. I mean, maybe he doesn't get, all the work because Rico in there, but I think he's their goal line guy, in my opinion. That's tough. I'd probably go Golden, too. I don't like Chubb. There's something about the Texans this year, man. Like they might have a good game or two, but for the most part, they just look like shit. So I'm staying away from Texans.
You know, Cup's gonna go off for 16 points next week, so have fun.
Cup's kind of hit or miss too, but
of course he is. He's trash. I have him.
Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have? I think it's a full PPR. Would you rather have Jordan Mason or Aaron Jones rest of season? When Aaron Jones comes back.
Mason.
So don't count this week.
Jordan Mason. He's younger and Aaron Jones. Rob, I've gone on this before.
Who knows what he looks like when he comes back?
I have a big problem with people who have big names who get injured, aka Aaron Jones. People say
we got Mike Story in the chat. He is he's the man. What's going on? He says Jerome Ford returns kicks. That's the most informative message I've ever got in my life. Thank you, Mike.
Sorry.
I love you. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Love you, sorry.
Ryan says Debo out scary on the side of the milk carton, which is true. He's not even out. Why didn't they put scary Terry on the IR? And I think I'll go back to my boy Story. He made the point. He believes McLaurin had a setback because he's already missed 4. It might be missing 5 weeks. They had a chance to put him on IR. They didn't do it. So are you starting Luke McCaffrey in that situation? Like where are you ranking Luke McCaffrey in full PPR this week? Is he a top 40 option for you?
For me, yes, he is. Because Luke McCaffrey, if you look at his PPR numbers, and I understand he's been a very obviously hit like home run or nothing. But with Debo being out, and also with Jaden Daniels just up in, clearly like he's ascending. Lucky for us with the Bears fans, he didn't do so well last week, but against other teams, he's gonna ball out with what they got. I'm gonna stick with that. Things won't be working up as much as well.
My guy, I love Jaden Daniels. Had him last year, have him this year. I take him every chance I can get. He's going to be a future MVP. That dude makes sure everyone eats. That's my only thing I don't like about Washington receivers is that dude will hit 8 receivers, 10. Like he'll feed everyone. Like he's not just going to key in on one dude. He's going to make the right play. He's going to hit the open guy. So it all. I think it's a coin flip myself. I don't think it's a bad start at all. I'm starting McCaffrey probably in a league this week and possibly against you, Rob. We'll see. It depends on injury status.
But Mike, like I said, like it's one thing. Like this is a new age era of quarterbacks. Like think about what Joe Flacco just did. Joe Flacco is so old school. He just zeroed in on Jamar Chase.
You can say that too because that you're not wrong. Like that is an old school.
No, but I'm saying like
you have Jamar Chase, man. Like that's a pretty easy choice. You get that guy the ball any chance you can, and look at that. T. Higgins had 100 yards and a touchdown too. Like that opens it up for Higgins too. So,
but Higgins didn't. Higgins did
the last point on McCaffrey that we didn't mention is that Zach Ertz could miss this game too. Now, if that happens, Luke McCaffrey becomes a real star. See, that's an actual like. See how quick that was, Ray? See how quick that was? Boom. I got to do a couple things here real quick. One more question, and then we're going to pause on the questions. We'll get back to them pretty shortly. Adunze versus Bill. Adunze versus JCM. What do you think?
Who are the Washington going against this week?
Commanders have... They have the fucking Cowboys. I'm going Bill just because all the guys being out. I don't care if it's full PPR. Give me Bill over Odunze, and I don't even like JCM. What do you got, Mike?
That's really really tough. If it's, I think I'm still going to Odunze. I mean, Bill, he's all they got, but he fumbled again last week. So like he's got to be on a short leash for that. In terms of like we've had enough. I mean, they're not obviously enough because he's a rookie, but like he's fumbled a lot. So I don't know. There's just something about Odunze too. It's weird. Like he is the guy, and he's going to score touchdowns in the Bears offense. He's the guy. So we've seen that. DJ Moore is halfway on the cart. I like Odunze this week myself, but that's tough.
I guess the weather for me, I'm just a little concerned about the weather. Okay, a couple of things to get to here. I'm going to play the intro, and then we're going to get to the gambling, real quick gambling segment. All the bets are out. Most of you guys in Discord have them. Maybe some people aren't in the Discord want to hear them. But we do have Super Chat back, gentlemen. It is back. It was gone for a week. I don't want to get into that, but it is back right now. So we're going to get to all your questions. If you have something pressing, hit me up with a Super Chat. It'd be much appreciated. You're supporting the channel, supporting us, and keeping the lights on here. There it is. That's the old logo. Can't wait to get the new hats. Also, it's going to help me go towards new hats. Patreon. You guys got to get in this shit. You want to get early access to the bets. You want to play fantasy leagues with us. You want all these goodies. I've had guests. Last night, I had 2 guests on the show. 2 Patreon subscribers. You could be a fucking guest on the goddamn show. Let's go. Shout out to the guys that are in there currently. CK, Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Mark, and Jason. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You're the man. Love you. Can't do it without you. I'm going to hit you guys with the intro. We're going to get into the gambling segments. Here we go. And of course, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? 7 fucking shows a week. Awesome guests. How about Mikey over here? How about Mikey? First timer, articulate, smart, cute, handsome, sexy, all the things. I'm just saying 3 physical things, but that's
maybe
all
1
true.
or 2 of those things, not all of them.
It depends on the day, right? It depends on the light. I guess. All right, we're gonna go through the bets here. My 4 bets of the week. Again, we're on a fucking heater, boys. We're on a fucking heater. There is the four this week. Let me get this comment off here just because it's.
Are you sure you want Marie's comment?
I can't get it off because I don't know where it's at. Anyway, there it is. Whatever. What do you guys think the least likely one is to hit here? So Cortland Sutton has since moved to 60 yards. That's why you guys got to get in the Discord to get the bet when I place it. So 54.5 Cortland Sutton. I love that coming off a bad game. Jalen Hurts 34.5 rushing yards. Geno Smith 10 rushing yards. Daniel 10.5. Daniel Jones 14.5. All overs. What's the least likely to hit?
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of how bad they've been. I don't know. Like, first off, I'm starting Daniel Jones in 2 leagues. I'm 100% all over that Daniel Jones over. I'm starting Cortland Sutton in 2 leagues. I'm also over that over. So that leaves me Jalen Hurts and Geno. Geno is so low, 10.5 rushing yards.
God, he can run, man.
Well, I'm saying I know they're bad, but it's just like it's one of those things that, God, I mean, he's gonna hit. He should hit over that. And on top of that,
Mikey, what's your favorite and what's your least favorite of those?
My least favorite, if this would, there we go. My least favorite has got to be Jalen Hurts. I know, I mean, he could probably do that on one drive, but just lately it seems like all they're doing is that 1-yard shit. So I don't like that. I think my favorite here is between Cortland Sutton and Daniel Jones. Probably Cortland Sutton, though. I like that. 54 yards is very doable for him.
I mean, it is up to 60 now, so I was on the right side of it. That's why you got to get the bets early when I get them.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it at 60, though. And again, 29. Hey, 29 and 13, baby. I'm on a roll. I'm on a fucking heater right now. Not only winning, I'm getting ladder bets where I tell people the ladder, you throw, $3, $4, and then $2, then $1, all the way up to like 100 plus yards. And I've hit on like 3 of those in the last 3 weeks. Those are money makers. Okay, a couple long shots for you guys here that I love. Matt Stafford, 80-1 for first touchdown. 80-1 for Matt Stafford. And I've seen him run a couple quarterback sneaks this year. So that's just not priced right. Would you guys agree? I know it's Matt Stafford, but
shit, I'd throw
80-1
on that. Why not?
I put 5 on it. Like,
yeah, why not?
80, I've never seen 80-1. 80-1 is like a third string tight end. Also, Junk Buster, I'm going to get to. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to get to your question here in like 2 minutes. Yeah, Matt Stafford. And then I have a couple other deep shots here that I.
Hey, Rob, real quick. Do you ever think that Matt Stafford will ever look like me?
What did you say?
If you guys never heard that,
you look like him. No, you don't look like. I guess I can see it. All right, the last couple here.
Oh, so he said it. I can see it. There you go.
Ben Sinnott. I love Ben Sinnott this week because Zach Ertz might not play. I don't know what this number's at now, but I got it 50-1 with no receivers there. 50-1 first touchdown. Bryce Young 28-1, and Geno Smith you can't see is 45-1. 45.
That's Sinnott. I like that.
That's crazy.
If Ertz doesn't play, that's a good bet. I like that.
No,
that's gonna go to 20-1. But
yeah, with Mike as well. With Mike as well. That's crazy. That's a great.
My thought is just even if he does play with all the receivers being out, like
anyone,
you
has
know
a
what I mean?
Chance,
like
man.
that.
Jaden Daniels spreads the ball. Everyone's out. And he loves the tight end in the red zone. So.
Damn straight. Okay, I gotta get a Junk Buster, my favorite name on the chat. Love you, buddy. Sorry for the
Junk Buster.
Super. Full PPR, 1 running back, 1 flex. He has Pittman, Ibuka, Jordan Mason, JCM, K9, and Sharbs. He thinks that Ibuka's playing Monday, and if he doesn't, I have K9. So that is an option. I think for real, you have to play JCM for sure. That's like in your running back spot, JCM. And then if you want to do K9 to have Ibuka, or you could just play Pittman. I think you just go Pittman because you have no Josh Downs there. You have Adonai Mitchell in the doghouse. Like, what is your guys' play here? What do you like?
Well, Mike, honestly, if it's a Dirty Ray Vaughns, I'm going with what Rob just said. Honestly, I'm going with Pittman. Like, I have it, Mika Ibuka. He's out. Like he ain't playing. I know it's a game time decision. Do you want to? If you're in a bad position, do you want to put that? No. So
out. I'm going off of passing. I hate Michael Pittman. I hate him so much in a good way for you. Every time I play against Michael Pittman, he fucking kills me. So I would say Pittman. And let's see if he's playing me this week. He probably is, and he'll probably go for 100 yards and a touchdown. So that's probably my go-to there.
Genty or White? Genty in a tough matchup, White in a possible shootout. This is easy Rashad White for me. Now, I hate benching Ashton Genty, but bad game script, tough defense, hungry Kansas City team, no weapons there. Like, they're going to be stacking the box, and Geno's going to be rushing clearly. So I'm going Rashad White, especially if it's full PPR. If it's like standard, maybe Genty, but I want White in almost every format.
PPR, I don't think that's even a choice. I think you have to go White. No Bucky Irving.
Oh,
good offense.
I'm sorry, Rob. I have both. Oops. I'm just. Oops.
That really helps. That really helps out Smitty. That really helps out the analysis. By
that's why they call him the Dirty Ray Vaughn right there.
Hey, Smitty, you know what? If I'm honestly, if I'm with you, White, because White has a better high upside.
I'm a Genty guy
all the
too.
work.
I love Ashton Genty, but
I love Genty too. I'm saying if we're doing that, it's White.
Fields or May. So this has to be Drake May. It's like not even close, right? Like,
bro,
the problem is Fields can get benched.
I love Justin Fields as a guy, but he's done. It's over.
I don't think he's done. Justin Fields is Justin Fields, Ray. He has those shitter games. It's just what he does. But then he comes back with a 30-pointer, and you're like, what the fuck? But Drake May
is a baller. He's been a baller.
May's looking damn good. Good coaching staff. Good offensive coordinator.
Hey,
I like May.
By the way, I told Rob that I fucked myself in XFL because I drafted Drake May for my second quarterback to back up.
Who's your starter?
Oh
God!
No, but
I would draft Kyler if you.
I dropped Drake May 1 week, and that was it. Oops. Rob,
here's the line I'll draw. So Drake May's not the line. Now, if you had Trevor Lawrence in a somewhat tough matchup against the Rams in London, now you got a decision to make with Fields because Fields does have a great matchup. In the no pass catchers might be a good thing for Fields because he might say, fuck it, I'm just going to run the ball 14 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But May also has the rushing ability, and he's on a heater right now. So we're doing that. So Wesley here, some trade help, super flex, no quarterback.
And number one, Ray, and I catch him all.
Ray, come on, bro. Come on. It's all right. It's all right. How much did you drink today?
A lot.
A couple of Chardonnays.
Some trade help. Super flex. No quarterback on waivers. Trade Addison to get Stroud. Stroud line sucks. I do have Lamar and Herbert, but he wants another quarterback. So I would probably do it. I'm not a big fan of Addison personally. There's no one on the wire.
But Rob, the problem is
who are the quarterbacks that he has currently?
He has Lamar and Herbert.
And he wants to get Jordan Addison, or
he wants to get Stroud just to have some depth because Herbert has a week 12 bye. Lamar has a bye now, and he has good depth at wide receiver. So it's like if he's not starting anything, there's no one on the wire for quarterbacks. Like, what if someone gets hurt? I'm doing that trade in Superflex, dude. CJ Stroud's still a startable. I mean, not startable in like redraft.
Yeah, bye week guy, I guess. Yeah, sure. It just depends, I guess, on who are you saying your wide receiver depth is, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing that Addison's like his fourth or fifth receiver. So
if that's the case, then yeah, you have no. I mean, if you're not ever going to play him, do it. Why not? You got no one else.
Astro, do you guys see value in the Patriots at plus 165 to win the AFC East given their current schedule? No, I don't. There's no value there. Josh Allen's still a thing. They look bad. Don't get me wrong, but like, how are they? They should be like plus 220. If it's plus 220, maybe. But would you guys make that bet plus 165?
The volume is going down.
I agree. I think the Bills are still the Bills. I still believe in the Ravens, so the Bills are not even close to their position. I think the Bills will be fine. They'll figure it out. Josh Allen, maybe they make a trade for a receiver. Who knows? Maybe they don't. But like Josh Allen just needs to be Superman again, like he has been. I think they'll be fine.
We got Ray's thumbs up there. Which Commanders wide receivers we thinking will be fantasy playable? I would rank it more McCaffrey and then Lane. I think that's probably right. I think the answer is Zach Ertz if he plays. I think that's the answer. Zach Ertz is like a top 10 tight end, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, that's the answer. Is that Zach Ertz being one of the top receiving prospects of AI, which is, I mean, I just use AI for with the question. But
Ertz
yeah,
is already the red zone guy. If no one else is in there, he's going to get more targets plus red zone work. I mean, I think that's the easy shot answer, right?
correct. Yes,
It's got to be
100%.
Ertz. McCaffrey with one of those one-off plays, but we'll see.
PPR,
But
pick
Mike-
one. Addison or Dubs? Dubs.
Damn, dude, that's their jobs. Ooh,
Who's the quarterback this week for
Ooh.
the Vikings?
It's Carson Wentz.
Wentz.
Shit.
Flip the
yeah, I'm going Dobbs. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah,
Dobbs.
you know what? I'm going Dobbs too. Fuck it. He's
it's
got
better
touchdown
offense.
potential. Better
That's
offense,
the
touchdown
difference.
potential.
Let's see. Ryan says Cup is a cuck. I like that one.
Hey, he is. JSN
It's fantasy name, too.
JSN is his baller.
Cups,
He's a
Cups. Solid fantasy name.
Judkins. This is a tough one, bros.
Oh,
Judkins or Rashad White?
Judkins, I hate to say Judkins. I have Rashad White in two leagues. I don't know.
What are the matchups? Let's see.
Judkins has the Dolphins in that
Judkins,
weather
Mike,
game, and Rashad
yeah,
White
Mike.
has the Lions.
Oh, that is tough. I love Quinshon Judkins. I wish the Bears had him. I really do. But
Yeah,
he's
Mike,
still
Mike,
around.
you
So I'm
and I
going to go with
all
White.
believe.
No,
I'm
Bucky's
going
not playing.
Judkins. I'm going Judkins. I have to.
That's really
Dude,
tough. I'm
if
going to go White
Judkins-
for better offense. That's all. No other reason.
I
You
got to
know
go
what?
Judkins just because of the weather, man.
I believe in Baker Mayfield more than anything. I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. I love the guy. The dude's a burra. He's a bra.
B. Was he a Sigma Chi Ray?
I wish.
Oh,
Did we
I don't
lose
have
him?
it, Ray. So you want Rashad White?
I'm not for any in-depth reason. I'm just going better offense here. I think it's a really tough. I think you're a winner for playing either one of those. I think you're in a good position there. So, I don't think there's going to be like a real loser in that situation. I'm just going with better offense. That's all.
Yeah, and the full PPR. I don't know, man. Judkins in that game, like it might be 50-mile-an-hour winds, dude. The Dolphins are trash.
Has Judkins been catching a lot of balls?
No, but it's just like I just expect like there's a chance he gets like 28 touches. You know what I mean? I know it's not PPR, but AJ Brown or BTJ full PPR. Yeah, man. Brian Thomas is a London game. AJ Brown has the Vikings. I'm going Brian Thomas.
I'm going Brian Thomas. I wouldn't play AJ Brown in a situation until he proves it. I mean, last week was okay, but Ray's calling me. Mute myself real quick.
All right, I'm gonna keep on going here. Debo out, so give me Wandale or Judy. I'm going Wandale. You can't go Judy. Again, what I just said about that weather game. You can't go Judy. You gotta go Wandale. Junk Buster again. Oh, this is the comment I already answered. No problem. Baldur the Wizard. Buccaneers have been really quiet on Buka's injury, and he looked good in practice. I know that, but like they're 5-1. I don't know why they would risk it Buka. I feel like that's just crazy.
Yeah, you can't risk it, Buka. I'm with you. Like that would just be dumb for them. He's a rookie. Like he's obviously going to be your star of the future. Why do it?
This is an 8-leg parlay. Am I cooked? Mahomes and Goff 2 passing touchdowns. Danny Dimes 200+ passing yards.
Like it.
Dak, Baker, Love, Caleb, JD5. All that's a lot of pass. I don't like it. That's just too much.
The last part got me.
I mean, it might be good odds. Like if I want to do something like that, I'm going to show you this one that I just love. Check out this one, Mikey. I made this drunk. I made it like 3 a.m. $1 to win 470 fucking something. If I'm going to do some like long leg shit, I'm going to do a first touchdown score. Yeah, and then I alternate Chase Brown's yards over the normal over the game.
Yeah. Hell
like,
yeah.
That if I want something big, I'm gonna do 4 legs.
The Johnny Smith first
score.
TD score. You got some balls there. I love it.
I mean, it was a $1 bet. I'm pretty pissed though because I would have put the $10 no sweat I had, but I already placed that, and I replaced, or all I did was add. I took out Johnny Smith's first touchdown and added DK Metcalf yards, and he didn't hit. I would have hit that one too, and he had 45 yards in the first fucking quarter, and then he ends up with 50. The fuck?
That's a DK thing though.
that's concerning for DK Metcalf. What is your concern on DK?
My concern with
Like,
DK,
I know it's one game, but
he's just there's something about him, man. You know me, I've never been a DK supporter. It's just he's just kind of a pussy. Like, I don't get it. He's the most
yeah.
pussy guy I've ever seen in my life. That dude could fucking bend me in half, but the guy will let a fucking DB that weighs 180 pounds take the ball from him. Like, there's just something about him I just don't like.
You know, I personally love men that look
fast.
good with their
He's
shirt
a
off.
straight,
So
yeah. He's a
DK
straight
can
line
bend
runner.
me in
He's
half.
fast. He's strong, but man, that dude
He's
in
bad
terms
against
of
zone.
football,
Very bad
like,
against zone.
He doesn't know what to do in his zone. He has no idea.
CK, see how things work out? I know we talked about this in Discord for a while, so things tend to work out. That's good. That's good. CK got his Bet365 account already. You got those bonuses I told you about. Hell yeah. Sprinkle the bets, baby. Sprinkle the bets. Ryan says, my wife has big cans. She said Mike can have one and Big Ray can have the other. Ooh.
We appreciate it, Ryan.
Mikey does love big cans. That's for sure. We got T-May saying Rashee Rice 90+ yards, Sutton 90+ yards, Woody Marks 40 receiving yards, Baker 300-yard passing game. Thank me later. That's got to be a big like 28-1. I'd guess.
I like everything but Woody Marks, but you never know.
Yeah, well, that's the Woody Marks thing is probably like it's at itself like 8-1. You know what I mean? Like I'm guessing his receiving numbers, maybe not 8-1. I'm guessing his numbers probably at like 15.5. So that's how you make some money on those kind of things. That is a tough one though. Struggling to decide what wide receiver to start. Tet, BTJ, Golden, Worthy, full PPR. Tet has a tough matchup this week. Tet has Sauce Gardner. Even though Sauce sucks, but like he's still, a shadow corner, I guess you'd say. I think the answer is BTJ.
Though. Yeah, I mean, you drafted BTJ to play him, right? You didn't draft him to not play him. He's had a little rough start to the season, but he picked it up last week, so I think BTJ is a solid start. It's BTJ or Tet for sure for me.
Damn, he got Benson out at 65-1 on DK. The fuck? I bet this way before before Debo even got ruled out. How did it go up? You know what? Should happen sometimes. Thoughts on Pittman over Allen since Downs is out? That's Keenan Allen. I would start Pittman over Keenan Allen even if Downs is playing.
Yeah, me too.
I've been very adamant about all the people on this show. There was like a 4-day stretch where everyone was just, and I hate Ladd McConkey. I have one share of Ladd McConkey, and I didn't like him I faded him hard, and I was just saying he's better than Quentin Johnson for the rest of the year after week 4, and everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot. And
I mean, and you got to look at Allen. You got to look at Allen's start to the season too. There was a lot of touchdowns involved there, so he's not going to score a touchdown every week. So I think Ladd's definitely the guy.
He's going to wear down too. I mean, we know this. Yeah,
that's what he does.
Mark, this is a good one. If Jacobs doesn't play, what's Wilson's role? 3 down back? Ooh, what do you think, Mikey? What do you think his snap share would be? Like 66%, 2/3? It won't be a Josh Jacobs snap share.
No, it won't be a Josh Jacobs. It'll be 2/3, I'm sure. So something like 60, 40, 66, something like that. It's not going to be 100% roll like Jacobs. They'll mix in other guys for sure.
Half PPR, Mike Evans, Golden, or Ken Walker. Man, Evans scares me coming back from a hamstring.
But I mean, Evans isn't going to play if he's not 100%. He hasn't done it in the past.
Right.
If he plays, I think you have to go Evans. Walker, I have Walker in a couple of leagues, and they play Charbonnet so much, he steals all his touchdowns. But then again, the game that you don't play Walker, he goes for 20. So it's tough. Mike Evans kind of similar. I'm out on Golden in this situation myself.
Yeah, that's the one, right? He's out. So what we do is we probably play Evans, and if let's say, here's the thing is if we play Evans and Ibuka's active, maybe you just go in there and slot Kenneth Walker in your lineup. But they both play Monday night. So you have that going for you.
Yeah.
Start McMillan or Worthy in week 7 standard scoring.
That's tough.
I'm really down on Worthy. Just with Rice coming back in general, his injuries, it just hasn't looked good. But McMillan has a really tough matchup.
You don't like Worthy? I think Worthy is going to be better in that role as a 2 than a 1. I think that opens up the field a little bit for him. But
so we're looking for a touchdown here, right? Because it's standard.
Yeah, it's standard.
So I think it's Tet, right? Just because he might get locked down by Sauce, but he's still going to be a red zone role, right? He had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, I mean Tet, he's on the ascension, so I think you go Tet.
It's so tough.
I have
Just
them
because you have
both.
Worthy tied to the Chiefs, right? So yeah, that's
Worthy's
tough
just
one, man. I don't
hit
think we
or
can give you a
miss.
for sure answer. I think
If
that's
it's
a
standard
toss
scoring,
a
I
coin.
think you have to go
Yeah,
touchdown
standard.
upside. Yeah, I think you have to go McMillan just for that.
Even though, but here's the other end of it is that Worthy gets end arounds around the goal line, and he can get those. So it's like it's better offense. Like I don't know. I don't think we can help you on that one. Honestly, I think you flip a coin.
Yeah, that's tough.
White top 10 this week. Yeah, Rashad White's top 10 running back every time he plays when he's a starter.
Yeah.
We got Rav says full PPR. Start 2: Pittman, Jamison Williams, Evans, Bourne, Dubs, and Butte. Pittman for sure,
Pittman
and then Evans, right?
Yeah,
and then Jamison Williams would be a close third or a third.
Yeah, Jamison Williams is the only other choice there.
Ryan, we were having this debate earlier in the week about Otten and Mayer. I was on the side of Mayer even when I thought like Mbuka, and when they were, if they were all out, Evans and Mbuka, it was close for me. Now you have Evans back for sure, and maybe Mbuka. It's Michael Mayer because and Jacoby Myers might be ruled out in this game. So if you have no Jacoby Myers, like you have Michael Mayer essentially being their number one. It'd be Trey Tucker and Michael Mayer, and then Jack Batch and like fucking Tyquan Thornton or Dante Thornton, just a bunch of bums. Like I love Michael Mayer. I love Michael Mayer. There he is right there, baby. I love Michael Mayer. He's the man. He's the man. What do you think? You like Otten? Let's just say it's just Evans. It's just Evans playing and not Mbuka. You going Otten or you going Mayer?
I'm going Otten, but I think I don't think you're going to get much choosing one over the other there. My preference is Otten, though.
I think Otten has higher touchdown upside.
That's it. Just
Mayer has the dump downs. Like this could be a 28-13 game in the fourth quarter, and you get 4 Michael Mayer catches on one drive. Like
if you're going PPR, full PPR, yeah, you got to go Mayer just because he'll probably get more targets. Otten could end up with 3 targets, but they might all be in the red zone. Yeah, so I think he's more the touchdown guy.
We got my boy Adrian Peterson in here. Hold on, I gotta find the clip. This is awesome. I play this every time.
Hey, Peter, you're more excited than Adrian Peterson at an arboretum.
Daddy, what kind of tree is that?
Man, I want to beat you with so many things around here.
Hell yeah.
Also, I got to play this one too because I love it.
Welcome to the Professional Fanatics live stream. That's one way to kick it off.
You got to get the cans in there. All right, from Adrian Peterson, start 2 flex. Start 2 at flex. Brees Hall, Quentin Johnson, Ladd. Let's assume this is PPR. They don't say anything, I assume. Yeah, I agree. Brees Hall is going to get such a big workload this week. Okay. Yeah. This is a tough one. Last name, McCullough, 14-man full PPR. Been thinking Whittington, but with Debo news, I can go get Luke McCaffrey or Chris Moore. I'm going Whittington, bro.
I don't know. That's really tough. I feel like in the past, like when a Puka or a Cup hadn't played, like Atwell and these guys don't do shit anyways. So that's tough for me. I'd probably go Luke McCaffrey myself, but I don't know.
Well, Atwell, I'm the biggest Tutu Atwell fan ever, but his role is not going to change. He's the deep ball guy, right? He's the third receiver. I feel like Whittington's going to play in 2 wide receiver sets. Whittington's going to take over Puka's role. Now, Devontae Adams is going to get all the targets, but they're also going to probably triple coverage Devontae Adams, and they don't really have a tight end there. Like it's not good at the tight end position there. So I want in a 14-teamer, give me the safe, steady Whittington 7 targets, and in PPR especially. I like Jordan Whittington's a good player, man. They give him end arounds like they're not. I don't think they're going to change to Adams' role. I think he might play a little bit more in the slot, but
I just think it's fool's gold to think anyone's going to replace Puka. That dude's insane. Like he's one of one in this. Like he's like the new fucking who was the guy in the Cardinals back in the day with Larry Fitz, Anquan Bolden. He's like the new Anquan Bolden. He's over the middle, 10 to 15 yards, boom, takes the hit, doesn't give a shit, gets back up, does the same thing again. Like that dude is made of fucking metal minus his ankles, and I don't think anyone's replacing him. So I'm going with Luke there.
Yeah, I just like the role, right? I like the role that we have with Jordan Whittington. Sorry, I'm echoing a little bit on your thing here. CK, is Emmanuel Wilson dart throw worth it if Jacobs being questionable? If you have Jacobs and you have a decent drop, like let's say it's Isaiah Davis, who's like a guy a lot of people are holding, I would probably wait because I like Isaiah Davis. But if you have like a nothing on your bench, like a Jerry Jeudy, how about that? I'd probably want the security with Jacobs. When do they is that a 3:00 game? Let me see. That's a 3:00 game. That's 3:25. So that's a problem. So I think as long as your opponent doesn't have like a scrub bench, he doesn't block you, you're fine either way. So be growing stuff. Crazy question. Jalen Hurts or Drake May? It's actually not that crazy. I'm going Jalen Hurts. I'm not benching Jalen Hurts. I know it's been rough, but like I can't do it. Are you doing it, Mike?
No. You took Jalen Hurts to start him. I mean, Drake May's been on a heater. He could have an off game finally, and Jalen Hurts is not going to stop getting those shitty 1-yard touchdowns. So
that's the point. He could have 2 of those and it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Or
Boom.
maybe he actually has a real
game.
quarterback game. Maybe he has a good performance for once.
They're due for a breakout. So I mean,
Dylan says, "Who's winning the Bucks Lions game?" Mikey, what do you got?
I'm going Lions.
Yeah,
Bucks
for
are
me,
due
it's
for
not
a
that.
loss.
It's
They're shorthanded.
a 5.5 point spread. Lions are at home. Like, give me the Lions pretty easily too. Can we talk
I think that's
about
gonna be a close game.
Max? You're right. Fields has a very easy, not just playoff schedule. That's like definitely easy, but a good just rest of the season schedule. The problem is he might not be playing in those games, and I'm not on that side. I don't want to start Tyrod Taylor, who's a dinosaur, who has, if anything, he might give him a better chance to win. They're going for the #1 pick. Just play Fields all year. But coaches do dumb things, GMs do dumb things, teams do dumb things. So that's my worry there. So I'm holding on to Fields in most leagues personally.
I agree. I think anyone that had him and dropped him, like, what's the point unless you really need someone?
We're 14 minutes behind the comments. Astro says, any value in plus 200, Big Ray passes out in the next hour.
No, because he's already fucking passed out. He's dead.
Yeah, Ray that was rough. I never really see. He usually doesn't get like that. Pretty rough. He's probably sleeping. How many touches do you think Juckins will get in this game compared to White? Juckins is going to get more touches, but Rashad White's going to get more catches.
Yeah, that's.
If you guys didn't hear, the weather in Cleveland is so. One of my bets I had actually on, I made it on Wednesday was Jerry Jeudy over 35.5 yards receiving. I cashed that out and took a $14 loss because the weather is it's 96% chance of rain with like 25 to 35 steady winds and 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So like, dude, I don't want any part of that shit with Dylan Gabriel.
Allie Williams. It's gonna rain.
So yeah, it's going to rain. I wish I had that. Flex Potion, Montgomery, Jamison Williams, Dubs, Chubb, Bourne, Butte, Tidal, Kidden, and Fannin. So who you got to flex? I'm actually tempted to go Fannin, but
Kittle, baby, he's back, 100%.
Right. So you could flex Fannin, or you could flex Jamison Williams. I think it's Jamison Williams, Dubs, and Montgomery in the running, or Fannin. In standard or half, I'd probably just go David Montgomery. Tough matchup, yes, but I'm not worried about it. It's David Montgomery. Like,
it should be high scoring. He should get some touches. I think, yeah.
Alex, I saw a video about Rice over receiving is the second most prop bet of the weekend with 99% of the money on the over. Yeah, it's gone up. It's like 60. It's like 68 or 69 yards. I won't touch that. I don't know how much he's going to play. I think he's going to play a lot, but I think they can kind of play around and win this game, right?
I saw a report saying they're not going to hold back on his playing time, so we'll see. But those could be bullshit.
Yeah, we don't know about that. And also just we'll see, man. We'll see they have a lot of guys there, man. Tyquan Thornton's there. Like they're playing Hollywood Brown. He's playing well. Juju Smith-Schuster will still see the field.
Still punching guys in the face after the game.
Noah Gray will score a touchdown. One of my boys just dropped Scary Terry. You think he's worth dropping QJ to pick up? Don't drop QJ, but pick up Scary Terry for sure. I mean, I don't know who's dropping him. Like, what kind of league is that?
Must be a 10-man.
Worthy will be great after this week. They're going to feed Rice. Ryan says Ray is fucking hammered. Marvinator, what's up, boys? Week 4, I traded Rice and Marvin Harrison for Chase, and y'all said I gave up too much for him. As how he's looked great over the last 3 weeks, would you guys say I've won the trade so far? Yeah, I mean, well, with Marvin Harrison's concussion, that sucked. He is playing this week, but it's just bad right now.
I mean, the quarterback is an idiot. He he can't find Marvin Harrison. So if Marvin Harrison was on any other team, I'd argue that. But Chase now with Flacco giving him 1 billion targets, I think he won that trade. I don't think it's close.
Yeah. So when he did the trade was the perfect time to do it. And that's probably why we were a little skeptical, because it was Jake Browning and it was the tough matchups, especially. And it was, Rashee Rice. I don't think Rashee Rice is a the wide receiver 1. I think he's a top 14 guy. I think Marvin Harrison's a top 26 guy. And I just thought Jamar Chase was a top 6 guy. Now he's number 1. And maybe he won't be number 1 all year. Like Puka's still better when he's healthy. But I think Jamar Chase is top 3. He's not far off where you drafted him, and you get a good trade there. So
very good.
Hell yeah. New report: Ertz is expected to play. They definitely need him. So PPR White over Juckins. Yeah, I think we agreed on White over Juckins, right?
Just for PPR. Yep.
You could start Kittle and Fannin.
I think
that was the flex. Yeah, you had to start Kittle. He was the one that asked the flex question with Montgomery, Jameson Williams, Dubs, Chubb, all those guys. Yeah, man. I think you could start Fannin. I personally just try to avoid starting tight ends in my flex if I can. Just because the position, right? You think about it, the tight ends don't score as much. I'm starting Michael Mayer in a lot of flexes this week. And
if you're gonna start,
I don't know.
Yeah. If you're gonna start,
I don't feel bad about it.
One or one getting a lot of targets, one of the two.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Detroit Lions, even if Evans and Buka don't play. I don't think if both of them play, I don't think they're beating the Lions. I trust in Dan Campbell, man. And like, that was just, they had no chance to win that game. The referees, again, I'm not Mr. Referees on the Chiefs side. I agree it's a thing kind of, but I'm not like one of those guys. But like, that was kind of egregious. 0 penalties. That's impossible in an NFL game. Impossible. Never seen that. Have you ever seen that?
No, that's bad. I mean, I watch the Bears every week, so no, I've never seen that. But the Bears are fucking like 10 penalties a week. So
Jermaine O'Neal. Again, I always say you got screwed in the malice of the palace. You should not have been suspended that long. He dropped Josh Allen, K9, Higgins, and Sutton on accident for nothing. Well, your commissioner should fucking realize it's bullshit and give him back.
Yeah.
No, like.
He dropped him on accident.
Yeah.
Oh,
an accident.
How the hell did you drop all of them on accident? But either way, yeah, your commissioner should give you them back.
I mean, also because like the rest of the league shouldn't be getting free Josh Allens and Cortland Suttons.
No, 100% no.
Do you believe in this narrative? I don't know. Are you a narrative guy in terms of K9's birthday is Monday? He might get birthday touches. I don't think they're coached to operate like that. Unless it's Dan Campbell in the case of David Montgomery returning to Cincinnati. Dan Campbell will do those kind of things, but like I don't think the Seahawks are that kind of team.
I hope, but
who do you think is getting more? What do you think the snap share will be? Give me your prediction for Seahawks snap share for Charbonnet and K9 this week.
I think K9 gets 60, and the other. Yeah, I think K9 definitely gets the higher share, the 60% share.
You know that hasn't happened.
Get those goal
that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened once this year, though.
I know. It's been like 12 to 10, or in the other way. I don't know. Didn't they pay K9 though?
They paid him, but they love Charbonnet, man. Charbonnet's a coach's pet. Charbonnet. Here's the thing: is like I at least understand the Charbonnet thing more than I understand the Ramondre Stevenson thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess one argument is there's a rookie behind Stevenson, and Kenneth Walker's not a rookie. But like Zach Charbonnet is actually a good football player. Ramondre Stevenson's not a good football player, and he makes mistakes. Like, have you ever seen Zach Charbonnet make a mistake on the football field? Have you ever seen Zach Charbonnet make a mistake though? A missed block? No. A fumble? No. A missed
fumbled?
No.
One time on the goal line, I think this year. I could be wrong there. I think he did. I'm not sure. I think he did though. But I'm not sure.
That's because it was so alarming that Zach Charbonnet made a mistake. Like, I'm just telling you, Kenneth Walker, I got to cue up the music since we're talking about Kenneth Walker. I do it all the time. Elite talent, but the dude just is, he's a wild man out there, and he doesn't understand how to get what's blocked. Doesn't.
Yeah. Thinks he's Le'Veon Bell, and he's not.
God, Le'Veon Bell's vision. Fucking unreal. JCM or Mason? And we're going JCM, right? With all the guys being out.
Yeah,
JCM, but I have to go. And I like Jordan Mason a lot. JCM is probably going to have more receptions. He's going to have more likely for a touchdown, more work in general. Montgomery, Kraft, or Quentin Johnson at flex. I call this full PPR. If they don't say anything, I call it full PPR.
Okay. Probably QG.
Yeah, I kind of want to go Kraft because I'm a huge Kraft guy, but it's a full PPR. It's like give me the receiver. So I think we're fine with QJ there in that matchup. I don't mind the matchup either. Should I trade away Hall, Addison, and Goddard for Puka and Mark Andrews? Brees Hall, Addison, and Goddard for Puka. I want Puka and Mark Andrews for sure.
100%. I'll take. I mean, Puka's the runaway player you want in that trade. So I don't even give a shit about Mark Andrews there. Once I see Puka's name, you're not giving away that much. You're giving away Breece Hall pretty much. Goddard, you could have got
The
off the waiver
only-
wire. Addison's all right.
Yeah, the only downside there is if for some reason, and we don't think it's going to happen, Puka has a week 8 bye, so he's going to have he should be back week 9. If for some reason they put Puka on IR, which they should have already done if he was going to go on IR, but we just saw them not do that with Terry McLaurin. The only way you lose this trade is if Puka's out 3 weeks, like three weeks after the bye. That's the only way. And like, I guess for me is if you have a winning record, easiest trade in the world. Easiest trade in the world. You're getting the number 1 player in fantasy.
Yeah, and if it's
Adam's look at Adam Silver. The fucking ball head. Why are game time decisions a thing? Now I don't know if I should pick up Emmanuel Wilson with Josh Jacobs out. It's because it's a game time decision. They don't know. Maybe the coaches know, but they can fudge the system and just say it's a game time decision and throw off the opponent. I believe Josh Jacobs playing. It's an illness. It's an illness. Like, who cares? He played sick last week.
Yeah. No opinion on that until
Junk. It's Pittman over Ibuka. Pittman, you just got to start the guy that's healthy. And like, if Josh Downs is playing, maybe not, but you got no Josh Downs there, man. So,
Pittman plays some, you have to.
Pittman's like the number 19 receiver in fantasy right now, too. And like, I feel like they're going to throw the ball out in this game. Luke McCaffrey or Chris Moore. I think we both agree Luke McCaffrey, right?
Mm-hmm. He's a McCaffrey. Got to play him.
Look at Cruno Tonic. He's better than me at gambling, apparently. 31-8 against the spread this season. 4 plays take them. Denver, Vikings, San Francisco, and Detroit. No, I'm guessing these are what spreads, is what he's saying.
Don't fuck with the Eastern Europeans betting, man. They know their shit.
I don't, as much as I like Detroit, I just think that's a lot of points against the Bucs. Like, Baker's such a stud. Right? Like, you got 5.5 points you got to lay.
I think he's going off the assumption that the receivers aren't playing too, because it's tough to say right now. But Baker's he just doesn't get really blown out on Tampa at all. So that's gonna be a close game.
All I gotta say is if you're 31-8 against the spread, you got to do something with that because that's elite numbers.
Yeah.
That's elite numbers. Mine's prop betting, which is much easier than against the spread betting. I mean, I don't fuck with that. Could you give me 3 quarterbacks to not throw an interception this week? Ooh, let's see here.
Let's go Caleb Williams.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, and that matchup, I like that. Let's go. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go with the Browns guy. I'm gonna go with the bum. Give me Dylan Gabriel because they're not gonna throw the ball. They're not gonna throw the ball at all. He might have fumbles, but like, how many passing attempts is he gonna have in that shitty weather game?
It is the Browns. You never know.
I just don't think he's going to throw the ball more than 15 times. So like that's just, your odds of throwing a pick is way less. So you have Caleb. You give Caleb. I'll take Dylan Gabriel. And you want to go Drake May against the Titans, or is that Drake May is an interception prone?
I'm gonna. It's between Drake May and Jaden Daniels for me.
I got one. How about Jordan Love?
Jordan Love's more of a wild
card for
me. Sometimes he's an idiot, man. Sometimes he does some shit where you're like, what the fuck? Whereas I think Jaden Daniels is always pretty reserved about that. He'll talk that shit and run if he's thinking like, oh, this one might get going in traffic. So
what do you think about Bo Nix this week in fantasy? Sorry, you're echoing a little bit.
Me?
I don't know how that's going through. Yeah. What do you think about Bo Nix? Bruno says Bo Nix going to go off 350 yards minimum and 3 touchdowns. That's a little crazy, but against the Giants defense, and I was on record saying that was essentially a loss last week to the Jets. They won the game, but it felt like a loss. How bad they played. And man, do you like Bo Nix this week for fantasy? Like, do you have him in your top 10?
Do you see all the shit talking going on between these two teams? The Giants on Twitter. Oh man, it's a thing. The Giants are like they don't like Denver. I don't know what it is, but the rookie pass rusher, what the fuck's his name? Their top 3 pick on the Giants. He's been talking mad shit, and I guess it's been a thing since the preseason. So I think this is going to be like a grudge match. I think it's going to be like a close game. I think the Giants are going to keep it close. I don't think Bo Nix is going for 350 and 3 touchdowns.
Giants are feisty as fuck. I mean, they're the feisty team.
They're feisty, and now that they got Dart and Scatabo, they can maybe run the clock out a little bit. So we'll see. I think they're going to run the ball.
Someone just offered me Bourne, ETN, Bucky for Gibbs. Bourne, ETN, Bucky for Gibbs. My running back depth is Rashad White, Woody Benson. Should I do the trade? You don't have a lot of depth, but you would be. No, you don't want to trade. I wouldn't do that, man. I love Gibbs, but Bucky is going to be like 90% of Gibbs, and you're getting like ETN. I would shoot higher than that, man.
Born ETN Bucky. Yeah, you got to shoot higher for that too.
So essentially,
Bourne's
let's just take
right
Bourne
now.
out. Let's take Bourne out. It's ETN and
Yeah.
Bucky for Gibbs. I think if that was for Bijan Robinson, yes, I would do that for Bijan.
And you already
Robinson.
have White, so it's like
right. You have that backfield. Like, yeah, I'm keeping it. If it was for Bijan, I'd consider it because Bijan is that dude. But like
if
the fact that you have
Montgomery
Rashad
dies
White, Bucky's
again,
injury doesn't
sure,
matter.
But exactly.
Yeah.
And if Montgomery died, then yeah. But until I don't know.
Chris Moore, Cup, Butte, or Judy in PPR. Is this just Cooper Cup, or is it Butte?
It's I think it's Butte. Just for that touchdown upside, man. I mean, he could do nothing, but he could also catch a touchdown. So Cup is like, I don't know what's Cup been doing lately. I know he had a good game recently.
His first touchdown. He just had his first touchdown. He has 1 5-catch game. It's not been great.
I'm going Butte. Give me that
Booty.
Yeah.
Trevor says, is Ayuk worth a pickup in a 12-man? What are your thoughts on Ayuk? It's not been great there. The reports aren't great.
I wouldn't pick up Ayuk if you had $100 bill hanging out of your, you know the line.
Yeah.
The basketball.
Yeah. That's Jenkins' bed. Your bed's over here.
That's totally
Sorry,
sweet.
I'm trying to open this and it's not working. I'm just spilling all over myself. Yeah, I mean, if you have a league with like 3 IR spots, okay, do it, pick him up, and it's nothing. But if you have to actually roster him on your bench, I don't.
Yeah, no,
he's not good. He's not good.
No, he's done.
Ooh, this is a good one for Max. Should Luke Kuechly be a Hall of Famer?
Yes, I think.
Didn't play very long. He didn't play very long, but he was.
But he was an All-Pro.
He was
in almost every season he played. That dude was a monster.
Let's just talk about Urlacher's prime versus Luke Kuechly's prime. Would you say Luke Kuechly was like 90% of Brian Urlacher?
Yeah, he was. I mean, Luke Kuechly was
good.
A game changer. He was like mini Brian Urlacher out there, just until he got his taters mashed. You
know what? Good for him for retiring early.
Smart move by him.
We got Turgay here. Keyshawn Butte, Tez Johnson, Malik Washington, Io Manor, Chris Moore, a lot of names. Alec Pierce, Whittington need 2. I'm going to tell you right now, it's Alec Pierce and Whittington for me. Those are 2 guys I'm rolling out there in some leagues this week because no Josh Downs. Alec Pierce is a big play merchant, and I just love Whittington. Maybe my love for Whittington has gone too much. Do you agree, Mike? Do you think I'm too high on Whittington?
No, I think in this situation, I'm going Butte and Whittington. For sure. I think Whittington is the lock here out of all these guys, just for the opportunity. Whether he does or not, he's going to get the opportunity versus other guys that probably not.
Kendrick Bourne or Jalen Waddle with the weather there in Cleveland?
That's tough.
I just can't open this thing. I got it. Yes.
I'll go Waddle there.
Yeah, even with the weather, I feel like they're going to give Waddle a lot of short stuff. And what do you predict for that game? So it's in Cleveland. I'm starting Cleveland's defense in a lot of places. This is probably it for Mike McDaniel, right? Like if they lose this game in Cleveland, it's it. That's it. You're done. You're gone
in this game. Yep.
But I don't think with the press conference that Tua had, like that was kind of also a shot at Mike McDaniel. Like it seemed like a shot at the players. I feel like that was a direct shot at the head coach because yes, Tua's the quarterback, but you know who's bigger than the quarterback in anything? It's the head coach. Like
I think it was 100% aimed at the coach. I think all the players, if they know Tua, I mean, obviously I don't know their relationship with him, but I'm sure if they know him well enough, they probably know the same thing, that was a shot at the coach and not them. But we'll see. We'll see how the next reports come out about that. If they win, if they lose, we'll really see. But
Mikey, how much more time do you have? Do you need to take off? I'm just trying to figure out what we got going on here.
No, I'm good for a little bit.
What a guy! What a trooper! Could you believe that I've done multiple 3.5-hour solo streams?
Yeah, that's a lot of time, especially when you start going to the AM hours.
Oh well, those are like 12 to 3:30, bro.
You're like a trucker out
hammered.
here, man. You got the piss bottle underneath. No one can see it.
Man. I wished. Well, I will say this: I used to have to shit in a bucket kind of thing. like a bedside thing when I had the car accident. Like, so I'm used to, I could do it. I think I still have it somewhere in the basement.
I was going to say for pleasure or
for both. Yeah.
Sometimes I just do it anyways now. I'm used to it.
Logan, Bourne, Dubs, or Luke McCaffrey. I mean, it seems like Ricky's out. And are you going Bourne or are you going Dubs? I think Dubs is a safe option, right? Now, the thing is, you got Mac Jones starting there again.
Is who's the Niners quarterback this week?
Mac Jones, baby.
Is Mac Jones? I'm going Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Bourne.
God, Kendrick Bourne, what a resurgence. What a resurgence.
Weird,
I think he never had a 100-yard game in his career, I think. Never had one, and he's had back-to-back 142-yard games.
He's got his guy at
wild
quarterback,
shit.
Man. It's like the Rico Dowdle thing. You just got to play it till it stops.
IR questions. Did Josh Jacobs train at all this week? Yeah, he practiced all week, just like last week, and then he missed like the Friday practice. You think Mike Evans is coming back this week? I would say 90% Mike Evans is coming back.
He's coming back.
And so, yeah, who do you think is more likely to play, Jacobs or Evans? I would still say Jacobs, right? Jacobs got to be 100%. I'm not worried.
Yeah,
I know he has a little bit of a calf issue, but it's not like that. It's the illness is the more prevalent thing from what I hear.
I would say Jacobs just for the fact that what if something happens in pregame to Mike Evans? Like he's actually injured, like if anything happens there, like they could just scrap him. I think Jacobs, like you said, is more illness based. I think Jacobs definitely more like
Adam. If Mike Evans plays, he's probably a top 14 option in this matchup. Like you have no branch there either. So that's a boom, right? And like a good game script. You're attached to like a top 4 quarterback in the NFL right now. That's super hot in Baker Mayfield. So give me Mike Evans.
Agreed.
What's your top 10 running back and wide receiver this week? That's a long list. I can't go into that. I don't have it in front of me. So sorry, Jay.
Same.
I'll send it to you in the Discord. You're in the Discord, right, Jay? I'm feeling Rondé Gatson for a touchdown this week. That might be good. I actually kind of like that one because he's looking good. He's playing a lot of snaps. That dude's a freak.
Look up the odds.
Ooh, Trevor says, this is to you mostly, Mike, because you were hating on Ayuk more than I was. How can you say Ayuk sucks? 2022 and 2023 finished top 15 both years. Give me your spiel.
I know exactly what more then. He wasn't injured before then. He was based on speed and efficiency, and he no longer has either. So and he's also doesn't have his quarterback who was throwing him the ball in those years. So I don't like Ayuk. There's something about him, man. I don't think he's coming back. I think he was based off that speed and route running, and I don't think he's crisp anymore. I think that's done. So we'll see. He could prove me wrong, but I'll believe it when I see it.
One thing you forgot to mention, the reason that Ayuk probably does suck is it's not about Ayuk. Ayuk's a fine player, but Kendrick Bourne, we just mentioned him. Look at Kendrick Bourne. He's 30 years old. Like Kyle Shanahan makes everyone better. Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones. It doesn't fucking matter, right? These receivers, it doesn't matter. So like Ayuk's numbers were a product of the system. Like remember the year he had 110 targets and he had like 1,400 yards. Like again, I'm not saying he's not a good talent. Ayuk is a fine top 25, top 30 receiver when healthy in the league. He's a good talent, but like he was never worth that contract. I think is the point I'm trying to make.
100%. He's a system guy. I think you're right. I think you hit that one right on the nose.
B Growing says stuck playing the Falcons D at San Francisco. Thoughts? I don't like it because the Falcons defense is elite at home and they are not good on the road, and the Falcons aren't good on the road. I will say this: the one upside there is I don't know who exactly. I just picked him up. I had a league where there was like no one available, and I had like a bum on my bench in a deep league. So I actually picked up a second defense just to like have for next week. I don't know who the Falcons play next week, but it's like the Jets or the Dolphins or something. I think it's the Dolphins. They play the Dolphins, but like I picked up the Falcons D just to hold them. So if you have to play them this week, at least you're gonna have a good matchup next week. And again, fantasy defenses, all it takes is one pick six or one return to get you 12 points.
Yep, and the Falcons also keep the ball a lot too. So I don't think you're gonna have a lot of negative defensive points there. Just might not score a lot.
Right. I think you're too high on Whittington. Last year when Cooper was hurt and it was Puka and Whittington, he didn't produce. The difference was he was playing with Puka on the field.
Yep.
He comps to the Puka player, right? To where like that he runs the routes that Puka runs, and when Puka's in the field, he gets those routes. Whittington was playing outside. So now Devontae Adams is playing outside, and Whittington's a second-year player now. He's a better player. Everyone gets better typically, except for Brandon Ayuk. Gets better the next year, right?
Jay's got a point though. I think he's wrong because when you're playing with Puka, like Puka's the guy. He's never not going to be the guy there, but you're not going to replace Puka either. Like dude is just going to come in and play that role and get the same amount of work he is. So I think he's right to an extent, just off with the wording.
Yeah, I'm probably too high on him, but I still feel like he's a fine start in a bye-week situation.
Definitely.
I think he's top 36.
Yeah.
So would you rather play Alec Pierce in a full PPR or Jordan Whittington? Because I have those decisions.
I'd rather play
Alec
Whittington.
Pierce could pop, right?
He could, but I think Whittington is going to have more of the opportunity, and that's what I'm going off based off a throw-in type of start like that,
Right. Loopy Balls, what's going on, Loopy? I just made a trade. Higgins, Baker, Diggs for Lamar, Ladd, Evans. You won that trade. Yeah. Higgins, Baker, and Diggs. I want Lamar over Baker. I want Ladd over Higgins, and I want Evans over Diggs. So, I think on every spot, you won.
Did the guy forget who Lamar is? He's what are they? 1-something? Like, he's going to be on a revenge tour the rest of the year.
1-5. Look at the Ravens schedule.
And it's cupcake.
It's that time of the year time of the show where I bring up my Ravens 25-1 card that I've been telling everyone to bet. Now it's down to 18-1 because the Steelers lost. But their schedule is easy. They have 5 division games left. They're going to run those 5. I feel like they're going to run those 5.
They play the Bears. They're at home. They're going to beat the Bears at home.
That's a tough one. That's one of their tough ones. They play the Vikings and the Bears, and I think they have one other game that's kind of tough. Other than that, their toughest game is the Steelers and Bengals.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked if the Vikings and Bears beat the Ravens. I would. Just because I don't think either team's that good. I think it's just our division is good. We're beating up on each other, but I think the Ravens, it's Lamar Jackson. Come on.
All right, Jay, this is where I'm going to draw the line here. He says, are you starting A.J. Brown this week or roll with Bourne? I'm still starting A.J. Brown over Bourne. I don't want to get too cute here. This is where we get into some issues in fantasy. I know the last 2, I'm going to go last 2 games or last 5 years. Give me the last 5 years of a Hall of Fame player in A.J. Brown that's hungry, that's pissed. I know the matchups. The problem is the matchup against the Vikings is rough, bro.
Yeah. I get your concern. I have A.J. Brown too, and I'm fucking sick of it too. But I'm just going to go down with my pride here and say A.J. Brown still. You play him and hope that he returns to form. CK, what's going on, CK? Is Io Manor a full drop in all leagues? I play a lot of deep leagues, 12 teamers with a flex. I am holding on to Io Manor in a few spots. I've dropped him in a couple, but I feel like Calvin Ridley could be a trade candidate here in week 8 or week 9. And he's hurt. What do you think, Mike? Is there upside with the coach being fired and maybe a new regime playing the young guys? Because they were playing Tyler Lockett and Van fucking Jefferson equal snaps. What are you doing, man? Io Manor's good. I know. So some of these guys just do things like that, and I'll never get it. I don't know. I don't think you drop him. I think you hold him for at least another week just to see what happens.
Because there's two avenues that make this work. It's Io Manor takes 3. Io Manor takes a jump as a player. The coaching staff gets rid of the old fodder and plays him more. And Cam Ward, who we all liked. I think we all liked Cam Ward coming out, right?
Yeah.
He's looked awful. He's looked awful.
He's looked bad.
But he can't continue this play. He can't keep. Maybe he can. It's got to get better.
I think it was a very, very weak year for quarterbacks. That's the only reason he went number 1. I think in any other draft, he'd be a top 20 pick, no doubt. That dude is talented, but you're also on the Titans, and I think he was overdrafted. Not in this draft, but just in terms of traditional drafts. And they don't have anyone. Calvin Ridley's done. They play fucking Tyler Lockett and this other play IMR. There's nothing to lose, for the new coach. So.
Let me follow up with you on Cam Ward real quick. Let's you were saying he's top 20. I'm going to give you 2 names. Would you rather have coming out in terms of prospects? Cam Ward, I'll give you Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix. All those guys. Is Cam Ward going ahead of all of them, or is 1 or 2 of them going ahead of Cam Ward? If they're all coming out the same year, for instance.
I think Cam Ward would have more hype than Bo Nix, even though I think Bo Nix is better. Just because he was.
What about JJ McCarthy though? Because JJ McCarthy went 7th overall, and they traded up for him.
JJ McCarthy was hype train all the way the whole time. I don't think anyone was going to not take him there.
But you think who's a better prospect though, Cam Ward or JJ McCarthy in your mind? Not the NFL's mind. It's easy for me, Cam Ward. JJ
Yeah.
McCarthy didn't do shit in college, dude. Like,
No, he
didn't throw
just
the
handed
ball
the
in college.
ball off, and they had the best defense, so I get it. But he also has some of those throws on tape in week 1 and second half against the Bears where you're like, holy shit. So it's kind of similar with those two.
Yeah, I just like Cam Ward's physical gifts way more than JJ McCarthy.
He has a gun, like he can throw it 80 yards. So I get it.
Yeah. How do we feel about Caleb this week in fantasy, Mike, with the weather? You think he's a must start? Because he's been killing it. I would have him on the fringe, 12, 13.
Yeah, I think you got to start him. He doesn't throw picks. I mean, what has he got? Like 8 picks or 9 picks to start his career. Like he doesn't throw
He's
picks.
killing.
So he's doing well. The Bears offense is only getting better. The defense is getting better, giving him more opportunities, turnovers weekly now. So we'll see. I think Caleb's is his must start.
Latte, Harold Fannin, a top 5 tight end, question mark. He's questioning this. Why are people hyped on him? I don't get it. It's the Browns. I'll start here because Harold Fannin's that dude. He led all college receivers last year in receiving yards and catches. Like receivers, he was a tight end.
Yep.
Their usage that they're giving him, they're playing him at fullback, at tight end, in line, slot, like outside even sometimes. And Njoku is hurt. They have not given us a lot of information. It's a knee injury. I would not be surprised if Njoku goes on IR. And also, like, who's a better trade candidate than David Njoku? Why would they keep David Njoku around? He doesn't make that much money. He's 30 years old. And he's not just 30 years old. David Njoku was a 20-year-old rookie. I think this is his 9th year. So,
yeah,
like,
he's been
trade him to a tight end needy team, right? So, like, do you think Harold Fannin, let's go on the assumption that there's no more Njoku. I know this is like an assumption, but let's just say it's, and you have Shador in the wings, who's probably upgrade over Dylan Gabriel. Harold Fannin, top 5 might be aggressive, but you think top 10 tight end, right?
Top 10. Yeah, I think top 10 is safe. Top 5, I don't think so. But he could be.
And it's also just how bad is the receiving core there. Jerry Jeudy might get traded either way. He sucks.
It's
like
bad.
Isaiah Bonds, like it's not good. So like Harold Fannin's essentially going to operate as their number 1 passing weapon, and I like that. What's going on, JD? Let's see, Jalen Coker debut versus who's watching? You a Jalen Coker fan, Mikey?
No.
You don't like him?
There's nothing sexy about Jalen Coker. He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's a young Adam Thielen, if that makes sense. Like a bad version of Adam Thielen. That's like shade on Adam
Thielen was
name.
a fucking dog. Man.
I know. I like
Thielen,
Jalen Coker, man.
but
I like him.
I don't know. We'll see. Verdict's out there.
Ray never read my message either. I texted him, so I know he's passed out.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
It's early for Ray.
Is there a possibility Purdy just had recurring injuries and Mac Jones is a starter? If so, Mac Jones top 15 quarterback in fantasy with all the weapons he's getting healthy. Yeah, I mean he's going to slot him into wherever Brock Purdy was. What do you think the chances are that so Max played well. They did lose that game against the Bucs, but he played pretty well. Let's say they come out here. Let's say they come out here and win this game. Are they just going to keep on slow playing Purdy? Because Purdy's not. It doesn't seem he's that close to coming back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, why would you? If you're winning games with Mac and you feel confident with him, obviously the coach does. The coach almost drafted him the one year. They drafted that idiot, who's what is he? The backup
Trey
for
Lance.
the Cowboys still? Yeah, Trey Lance. Like it was between.
He's in the
two,
Chargers
so
now.
You know that he likes Mac Jones. Yeah, he was this close to taking him. If he keeps playing the way he is, like why throw an injured guy out there who you just paid a bunch of money to?
And here's the thing. His history tells us he will do this because Alex Smith was a former number 1 overall pick who was, I don't know, I'd say similar to Brock Purdy, right? Opposite Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. I'm saying like career trajectory and all that shit. And Colin Kaepernick, I know a different situation. That was like a young electric player. But Mac Jones is not old, right? What is Mac Jones? 26 years old, 27 years old?
He's not old at all.
They literally benched Alex Smith while they were winning. I don't think Alex Smith was even hurt. I think they just benched him for Kaepernick, right? Like they did that. So Kyle Shanahan doesn't give a shit. He will do what he has to do to win football games. And right now, Mac Jones seems to give him the best chance to win.
27.
Especially if we're talking about, 27. And Brock Purdy's probably 25 or 26.
Yeah.
So it's not like, yeah, I think there's a real shot. And you know what? For Mac Jones' sake, for all the shit he got in New England, good for him. You know what I'm saying? Good for him because he balled out last year in Jacksonville, like relatively well, and then good for him because he was a laughing stock. And
he kind of reminds me of Baker Mayfield a little bit, man. He's got a little bit of that dog in him when you see him play. Like he's got some energy when he takes a hit and shit, and he gets his guys going a little bit. So I mean,
dude, he's a warrior. He's a fucking warrior.
He is.
Bongo says, is it crazy to think JSN is a top 3 receiver? Jefferson, Chase, and JSN, in my opinion. Well, Puka is there, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm sorry, like I still want. This sounds crazy. I still want Drake London over JSN rest of season. I love Drake London.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy, but I mean, there's other guys right there. It's not a crazy thought. I mean, if he keeps producing the way he does, we'll have no shot but to put him in there. But we'll see. We'll see.
The usage, and there's some of these games where JSN, you see it, the early third quarter, and you see Sam Darnold has 140 yards, and you see like the rest of you see JSN, JSN has 115, and then like there's 25 yards. There's like 3 other catches. He has 6. There's like 9. There's 9 completions total. He has 6 of them. And like that's what I'm talking about, is that he doesn't need to be on a high volume offense. He's getting the high value looks, and he's lining up all over the field. He's not like a jaw-dropping athlete, but he just does all the good. He's like a souped-up St. Brown.
If that makes any sense. JSN is
very smooth.
Well, watch him and then go watch fucking Marvin Harrison run a route. It's Colts Marvin Harrison, not Junior.
Clunky.
You're like, holy shit.
You know what? JSN kind of reminds me of Marvin Harrison, like senior.
Dude, he's smooth.
You know
that's what I'm saying. Senior, on the Colts. Yeah. Like
did the babies get switched?
Running smooth. Yeah, they might have. I don't know.
I mean, wrong kid died. Marvin Harrison looks like a freak show.
Dad.
Lamar is
big bopper.
Lamar is on bye this week, JD, so he's playing week 8.
Yeah.
Jordan Love plays on his birthday against Carolina November 2nd. Thank you for the info. Brandon Ayuk sucks and was great because system he was in. Well, he's still in the same system with Purdy. He'll be back. He is a wide receiver 1. I don't know, man. Like Ricky Pearsall's good. Okay, Ricky Pearsall's good. And George Kittle's the number 1 there, I think. And McCaffrey's there. Like the volume just can't be there. There's too many mouths to feed there. And like Juwan Jennings isn't necessarily going away.
I think the train of like, even if Ayuk comes back and he's fine, he's just not going to get the targets that he was getting those 2 years. So I mean, people have had 2-year marks and come back and not been great after injury. So I'm just not. I've seen Brandon Ayuk come back from injury, suck, get re-injured, and it's like that's just not a train I want to go down, especially in fantasy. Like I'm done.
I will say this:
injured players.
Do you think, let's just say he comes back week 11. I think by fantasy playoffs, he could, depending on even if they're all back, he could be a top 36 guy. But like, what are we really talking about? Like he could be a top 36 guy. Maybe let's just say top 30. Is that worth the gamble? Again, like I said, if you have an IR spot, multiple IR spots, you don't need to use it. 100% pick him up.
Yeah.
But I would rather have Jalen Coker on my bench right now if I am a 500 team, because I can't use Ayuk for like 5 weeks. And I got to get to the playoffs before I worry about the playoffs. Now, if I'm 6-0, then if I'm taking Ayuk.
I don't think I really know what Trevor's asking here. Like, the original question was just like if you have an IR spot, or I'm sorry, I might have missed it. I might be misinterpreting what he's saying. So
it was just, is he worth a pickup? And we kind of said, it was all dependent on the league. Like,
yeah, maybe don't listen to me because I hate Ayuk.
He hates Ayuk. I'm more indifferent.
I have a very strong vendetta against him. He's fucked me twice. I won't do it a third time, and I'd have to know more of your situation. So if you can give us a little bit more about that, maybe we can make a better decision.
Does he have a big dick?
If he's got, I was blindfolded. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you can feel it. Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have in fantasy, Fields or Knicks? It's easy, Knicks. I'm the biggest Fields guy in the world, but there's like Justin Fields might lose his job. It sucks, but like Knicks isn't losing his job.
The problem is Fields might have those 30-point games, but then if you start him 1 week and you really need to win, he might get you 8. So it's like, can't do it.
JD McCarthy has started 2 games. He's not the next GOAT, but still too early to judge. I just know my eyes, and he does not look like. Now he could be a serviceable NFL quarterback. He could even win a Super Bowl for with Kevin O'Connell. But Cam Ward, like, yes, it's been rough, but I see the tools with Cam Ward, and you get Cam Ward with a good quarterback coach or a good head coach or a good system. Cam Ward can boom. I just don't see JJ McCarthy like, it's a Caleb Williams thing. Like Caleb Williams, you see it, you can fucking see it. You know what I mean? Even Michael Penix, who looks a little raw still for his age, you see the arm talent and the quick release. I don't know what JJ McCarthy's good at besides winning, which he did a lot of, but that's not really a trait. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a trait. Like he doesn't have a strong arm, right? He's not extra mobile. He's not big. He's not durable. He's not that accurate. He doesn't throw a good spiral. Like what are we really like? What is his strength? He could be decent at all those things, but I like my quarterbacks to have some exceptional traits, and I just don't see it with him, right? Oh, you're muted, Mikey. You're muted.
Oh, that's weird. I
There you go.
did that like randomly on this, but it's easier to hide that though when you have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, the tight end there, and
Correct.
better offense, good strong defense. We'll see. I don't know, but like you said with Ward, like the talent's there, and he's not a shithead either. Like all the reports are that he's the first guy in the building. Like he wants to be great. So we'll see.
And I think JJ McCarthy's a great kid. I think he's a winner. Like I think he is
a winner.
You know,
That's
a
just
franchise
it.
quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback mentality. I just don't know if he has a franchise quarterback talent.
It's tough to say with him too, right? Because he's coming off a whole year sitting off of injury. He's only played 2 games ever. So it's like people were saying that about Caleb to begin. Like, what the fuck, you know? But it's like, give the guy a little bit of time. Hold on. Like, let's see if he can develop a little bit. Now, I know it's a little different being on the Bears, being on the Vikings, who actually have our O-line's getting better. I can't say that now, but the Vikings have a better O-line. They've got the weapons. Like if you're in that system as a quarterback, you got the coach, the weapons, you should be good. But we do have to give the guy a little bit of a break. He's a rookie. He's only played 2 games.
Atlanta's defense or Detroit, and that's some tough options this week. I got to play this clip just for those options.
I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Read a
Tough
fucking
matchups. Tough matchups. I'll tell you this. I'd rather start Miami's defense this week in that shit weather game. I know it seems gross against Cleveland, but I can't start a defense against Baker Mayfield right now, especially without
I'm
Branch.
going to Atlanta for
And
sure.
I can't start Atlanta against the Niners on the road. Like Atlanta's the option. Atlanta is the option.
Atlanta. I go Atlanta just for ball control on offense, and hopefully their defense doesn't have to do a lot.
Good call. 007 says, yo, boys, how are we feeling after the Josh Jacobs true game time? When did that come out? True game time decision?
Because we
'Cause I
just
better
heard
get on my
the
shit.
last guy said I think there was a comment that said that he was playing.
Yeah,
maybe
I
that
don't know.
was-
Pick up Wilson right now. If you have him, pick up Wilson. If you don't have Jacobs, pick up Wilson if you need a running back, because that could be a start. And it's a 3:00 game, unfortunately.
Does
So-
Jacobs have AIDS or something? What's going on here?
I don't know. It's
They
mono,
won't tell
AIDS,
us.
something.
can
Adam
play
says
with
struggling between Hurts and Caleb Williams. It's Jalen Hurts, bro. Especially with the weather in Chicago. Like, just take Jalen Hurts. I don't care about the matchup. Jalen Hurts is a matchup for quarterback because the cheat code, and not the cheat code is in rushing. The actual cheat code they deploy, where they ram their whole offense into the other fucking defensive line and go from the 1 yard line
They can
4
go
times in a row.
offside on
Apparently,
offense too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They
and they'll
can
do it 4 times in a row, and they're not giving the ball to Saquon on the goal line. So,
no.
This is a good call. I want to see Will Howard. Who's the backup for the Colts? The guy that was on Notre Dame. Who's the Notre Dame quarterback? Not Will Howard.
The rookie or whatever.
Yeah, he looked really good in the preseason. That's the problem. I think
wrong.
even if Richardson didn't get hurt, I think it's his job. By the way, if you're in here, you've not liked the video and subscribed, what are you doing? There's only 28 likes in this video. Toss your boy a like and a sub, man. We're 7 nights a week on these motherfuckers. Great guess. How about Mikey? Give it up to Mikey. First time on the show. This dude, this is doing the Sammy Sosa. Remember the Sammy Sosa? Just all that shit, like a Macarena.
Hell yeah.
Give it to
I love
Mikey.
the
All the
Macarena.
guests in the show. Ray was on earlier. He was a little inebriated, but better days ahead for him. Pacheco or Chuba, full PPR. Ooh, that's tough.
I hate Pacheco.
Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard is the quarterback. I just thought of it.
Okay, Adam Schefter reported the Josh Jacob news a few hours ago, says James Bond. So that's tough.
Pick up Wilson if you can. Pick him up.
Yeah.
Pick him up. Pacheco or Chuba Hubbard, full PPR.
Give me Chuba.
Yeah, I can't trust Pacheco. He did play the season high 70% of the snaps last week, but it's bad.
Yeah.
And I think it was because Kareem Hunt was a little nicked up. I think if Kareem Hunt's healthy, which he is, he's going to.
What about that other running back they have who they said they were going to give
Rashard
carry?
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nothing.
they give him some. He's a Jarek McKinnon type. That dude be a full PPR. Who do you all want the rest of the season? Tet McMillan, Mike Evans, or Johnston? I would say Mike Evans, Tet McMillan, and Johnson in that order. It's close. Tet and Mike Evans are close to me. They're all kind of close, but I'm not a big Quentin Johnson
I'm
guy.
gonna go Mike Evans, Teth, and Johnson too.
Damn, Jay says Purdy has the same injury as Burrow because it is a toe injury. So,
Boy.
Well, maybe they're going to shut him down. Let's go, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
This is a good one, James Bond. Who would you guys want the rest of the season? Damn straight. Devonta Smith or Quentin Johnston? Rest of the season, man. I mean,
wow, that's really tough.
I think I'm going Devonta
Smith. Those two have got to be very close, like within like 5. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the number 2, even though you got Dallas Goedert pillaging a lot of shit there. Like, there's 3 guys there in LA, but I guess you have Dallas Goedert as a 3rd guy. Man, maybe Quentin Johnson talking it out.
I think Quentin Johnson just for touchdown potential. That's it. I mean, like that's what you're deciding on a close matchup, right? Is who might get the score. I think Quentin Johnson's more of that, but
CK, I don't think he's just a guy. If I said that, I take that back. I love Jalen Coker, and my thing for Jalen Coker is that Xavier Legette, as I was a big Xavier Legette fan, I'm taking the L on that one. He is just not an NFL player. He makes mistakes. He runs around routes. He lines up wrong. He drops passes. So Jalen Coker is the number 2, and that's we've seen what Bryce Young has done with Adam Thielen, old Adam Thielen. And when I said souped up Adam Thielen, what I meant was not young Adam Thielen, what Adam Thielen's iteration on the Panthers. Jalen Coker's better player right now than Adam Thielen was last year, if that makes sense. In terms of
I think I said just a guy, by the way. I don't think you did.
I might have said it. I think you wrote me into it, Mikey. But no, I like Coker. I like Coker as a stash. I like him not this week as a start, but like in PPR, I think he's going to get into the weekly wide receiver 3s with in no time. That's just me. I think he's going to get all the snaps, and he looked good last year as a rookie, man. He is an underrated player. We've we've been having me and CK in the Discord a lot of discussions, and I keep on telling him to hold on to Jalen Coker. And then on this very show, I'm just like, Jalen Coker's a bum. I like the Chargers over the Colts. The Chargers got Khalil Mack back. Their defense getting healthy, and the Colts are a little banged up on offense. So I think
Where's the game at?
It's in LA.
Yeah, okay, I like that then too.
Yeah,
if the Colts were at home, I'd like the Colts, but I like the Chargers at home.
Ooh, Jermaine O'Neal, what's your hottest take for the rest of the season, both of you guys? Well, my hottest take is, obviously, I put my money where my mouth is. I put $100. With my wife's account, it's $140, and the Ravens 25-1 to win the Super Bowl. It's my take. Now, I don't think it's likely, but like the odds should not be 25-1. If they make the playoffs, they're going to go to 10-1, and they're going to make the playoffs. Therefore, it's a great bet. What do you got, Mikey? You have a hot take for team fantasy?
I'll give you a hot take. The Bears win the NFC North. How about that for hot?
Ooh, that's steaming, dude.
That's very
it's up for
hot.
the taking now.
It is. The Packers have lost a couple games now, so they still have to play the Packers twice. We'll see. Team's getting a little better.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, Caleb looks great. Our coaching looks fucking real. Ben Johnson's a fucking badass.
Ben Johnson is the reason we're any good. I think the GM's a dumbass, but we'll see.
And I'll say this about Ben Johnson. We all knew his coordinating ability is top 3 in the NFL, right?
Elite.
Top 4, like Sean McVay level, Kevin O'Connell level. He has impressed me as a head coach. Like even the dick interview we had with the chick, like that was kind of rude, but like
that was her fault, not his.
No, right. But I'm saying that he's on edge. He's living and breathing football, and he's like a player's coach, but he's not. He's not going to take any shit. He learned a lot. Dude, you got to realize he learned under fucking Dan Campbell. That's all you got to say. Yep. And that's showing right now that he could actually exceed Dan Campbell because he can do both. Now, he's not the head coach Dan Campbell is, but I love it. Opinions on Scary Terry rest of the year from Adam. Terry, we think might have had a setback, man, which sucks. I'm buying Terry McLaurin personally because Debo scares me. He doesn't look that great. His numbers look good, but I believe in Jaden Daniels, and Zach Ertz is their second option. He's a dinosaur. So, like, give me Scary Terry, baby.
Scary Terry's never been anything but consistent. I mean, it's tough to say with the injury, just like any other player who's injured. If he comes back and it's not what they're saying, if he's healthy, I always buy Scary Terry. So he's like Mike Evans, man. It's dependable.
Damn straight. Adam Silver, when Benson comes back, what running back rank is he? You think he's a top 20 guy when he comes back?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's top 20, but on the verge right there, like 18-ish, something like there.
I think the upside is none of these guys has asserted themselves, right? Michael Carter had a good game. DeMarcado just pretty much is off the team.
And
the
other guy's just
literally
he's a touchdown.
Bam Knight. He's an undrafted fucking free agent, I believe. So that's the upside as Michael Carter just becomes the new Eddie DeMarcado to him. So I tend to avoid injury-prone gadget receivers.
There's touchdowns in that offense to go around for goal line carries too, and I think Trey Benson takes those over Bam. So I think that's a safe play. Oh, I'm sorry. Tend to avoid the injury-prone gadget receivers.
Yeah, I don't know who he's talking about. That's Ayuk, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, they said they might shut down scare because Terry's not a gadget receiver at all. He's actually he's just a prototypical X. They put him on IR because he might have had a setback. I guess we'll have to see. They legit just paid Ayuk $25 million a year before last season's ACL. If y'all think he won't be pushed 5 to 8 targets a game when he's fully back, you're wrong. And they're in contention for the NFC West. Man, I hope so. Like we have nothing like Brandon Ayuk. Yeah. He actually did fuck Mike twice, but besides that, Brandon Ayuk has done nothing to us. I just know Kyle Shanahan hates Brandon Ayuk. He hates him. He didn't want to pay him. Ayuk had a good business. He had good people on his side because he forced that issue. They were in Super Bowl or bust mode, and they had to pay him to keep.
It was all they had. They didn't have anyone else at the time. They were like, "Fuck, we can't lose him, or we have nothing." So I agree with you there for sure. When he had those good years, nothing on tape. Like I'm a tape guy. Like I watch people and I see if they have it or not. I'm not a huge stat guy. So he never showed it for me. There's nothing about him that was special per se. It was more, I think, scheme based where they're scheming that dude open and he's taking full advantage of it. It's not like one of these guys out here like Amon-Ra who's you get that dude in space, he's a problem. So just my take, but
it's a tough one. Start 2 in PPR. Kamara, Vidal, or Bourne. I'm going Vidal and Kamara. I mean, Bourne's so hot right now. I'm literally thinking of Will Ferrell.
So hot right now.
Yeah, he's so hot right now. I think Vidal for sure is in there, and then it's Kamara and Bourne. I guess pick your poison.
Yeah, I have Kamara, and he just pisses me off. But God, that's tough. Vidal for sure. I'm gonna go Vidal and Bourne just to get a receiver in there for your PPR.
This Southsider is sober, unlike homie last night. My buddy was hammered on here last night. Mikey's even when he's drunk, he's like me. We can pound beers, and we're very, very coherent. And it's hard, although we can get belligerent, but it's not very often.
It won't be yelling Ray belligerent though. Shout out to the
Ray. Rough tonight. Rick James. I'm Rick James, biatch. I got Bucky and Kincaid in IR, Terry and Debo out. Jacoby Myers questionable. I had to pick up Fannin because Andrews is on bye, so I really can't play the waiver wire. Flex 1, Pollard or Chubb. I think I'm gonna go Pollard, man. It's so tough.
Yeah.
Tajay's playing more though. But yeah, one more week of Pollard because I think going forward after that, you're going to get more of a split. I know Spears outsnapped him last game, but they didn't actually run a lot of plays. So I still think Pollard's the one there for this week, and then we'll see, going forward. We got a lot of this Josh Jacobs stuff coming in here, and it's a late report that it came out. So Kamara crazy. Plus Sutton for CD in London. I want CD in London all fucking day.
Wait, what?
I mean, Kamara and Sutton for CD in London. That's the easiest trade in the world.
Yeah,
I would do one of those receivers for those two guys.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? JSN has 700 yards in 6 games. Jesus, what a value. What a value JSN was. You know what it was? Is because he was the unsexy pick, and Sam Darnold's trash, and Seattle's terrible. Man, he's good. He's good.
JSN, I mean, whoever said that top 3 thing, he could be right there.
You're definitely playing Wilson if Jacobs out. Wilson needs to be, he would be in that discussion. Would you play Emmanuel Wilson if Jacobs was out? I know you're not going to have this information by noon, but let's just say we knew right now. Would you play Wilson or Kamara? Emmanuel Wilson or Kamara this week?
I think Wilson.
All the work. Man, the Cardinals suck.
All the work. The other dude on the Saints, what's his name? He's been getting some work. So, Kendra, right?
Kendra Miller. He's been getting a lot of work.
He's been getting a lot of work, and Kamara's still not 100% healthy. I think you go with the guy who's getting the touches.
I think I have a stat here for this. This is what I do here. Here it is. Look at this. This is the snap share. This is up until week 5. Look at that. Kendra Miller up every single week.
Yeah.
And Kamara down every single week. See, I could do a lot of things. I can host a show. I can produce a show. Holy shit, I'm a Renaissance motherfucking man.
Don't do that.
Dakota says they better let us cash out if the Ravens make the playoffs. Now, you don't cash out because if you put $120, $140 on it, it's to win $3,000 or maybe more than $3,000. You just hedge your bets. You start betting against the Ravens, and then you'll always win 1,000, right? You wait.
Yep.
I think you wait for them to win the first game. If they win the first round of the playoffs, they won't be getting a bye. Then you start hedging. You put 200, then you put 600, then you put 1,200. Maybe not 1,200, whatever. You can make sure you make a profit no matter what. If you want to go, I'm going to go down with the ship though, because I believe in
I'd go down with that ship. Me too. Especially,
you like them, right? Like you like them, like the fact that like the Colts. Who has a better chance? I know the Colts are 5-1, and the Ravens are 1-5. Who has a better chance to win the Super Bowl?
To win the Super Bowl, the Ravens.
And the Colts are 15-1. Like that's
you want to say
AFC.
No, you want to say championship game? Yeah, okay, maybe at this point, just for the record. But to win the Super Bowl, Lamar.
Right. We know the Colts will just get smoked in the Super Bowl if that was the case.
Exactly.
JD, bold prediction for the season: Ben Johnson will smile at least once. What week is that going to come? Is that when they beat the Packers?
If they beat the Packers, you're going to see more than a smile.
From blue to green. Also, should I start Kittle against Atlanta, who ranks number 1 against tight ends, or Waller against Cleveland? It's George Kittle. With players like George Kittle and Trey McBride and Brock Bowers when he's healthy and Kelsey back in the day, like you just play them no matter what. I don't give a shit.
The backup tight ends,
they're not really tight ends.
Yeah, they're not. And the backup Tums,
you know what I mean? Like they're
fine
receivers.
without him too. And now you throw this guy in there who's an actual beast. You got to play him.
I won a lot of money off Tungus. Love that guy.
Yeah,
with Debo and Terry out, who do I play this week? Ertz or Ferguson? I'm playing Ertz actually over Ferguson. If Debo is out, as long as Ertz is healthy and there's no like bad reports that he's limited in any way, because the deciding factor is Lamb's coming back. If there was no Lamb, I'd play Ferguson. But you got Lamb, you got Pickens, you got Javonte Williams getting a lot of touches there. So James Bond struggling to trust Devontae Smith on a week-to-week basis. If he has a productive game tomorrow, what wide receiver should I look to target? Can include a running back handcuff in the deal. But that's about it. I'd say like Chris Olave is a good name to target for Devonta Smith. I don't know if you can get that done, but Chris Olave is just consistent every week. He's the opposite of Devonta Smith. Would you look to move Devonta Smith, Mikey? Like,
no, I'd keep him at this point and hope the offense turns it around. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason why this offense should even be doing this. Like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith have had great years in the same exact situation. The only thing is, I guess they have the new OC, but I think he was like their passing game coordinator in the past or something like that. So it's not like something's got to give there. I just don't think the Eagles are going to be this bad all year, but we'll see.
What's crazy is Saquon's struggling, Devontae's struggling, AJ Brown's struggling, and Dallas Goedert's the only one eating. It's fucking wild.
It's crazy.
And that's not going to continue, right? It's not going to continue. Who do you have more faith in, real quick? The wide receivers bouncing back or Saquon bouncing back?
Saquon.
Same.
For sure.
Who are some buy lows right now? And is T. Higgins a sell high? No, I'm rolling with T. Higgins right now after what we've seen because, like, defenses are going to start realizing that Joe Burrow is just, like, BFFs with Jamar Chase, even more than Joe Flacco is more than Joe Burrow was. So T. Higgins is going to be getting a lot of favorable coverages, and they're throwing the ball. They're throwing the ball a fuckload,
dude,
and that's
Joe
what they're going to do.
Smart too. Like whoever the commentator was like, Joe Flacco sees this right now. He sees this like third string DB on T. Higgins right now, and he immediately goes to the check and throws it to him. Like he's no dummy. He sees T. Higgins with those advantages. T. Higgins is going to eat.
What do you think of some buy lows? I mean, I still think Saquon's a buy low. I think that if you get a panic Saquon owner, that's a buy low for sure. I think Terry McLaurin, it's injury. I'm not going to put him in there. Jaden Daniels, if you can get him right now, get Jaden Daniels. Let's see some other names here. Cortland Sutton off that rough game, buy low. And I'm going to give you a couple names. I think if you have a winning record, these are some guys. Now they're dirty. It's gross. It's Travion Henderson and RJ Harvey. I think if you can get them for a bag of peanuts, which they might, because whoever drafted those guys is probably going to be 1-5. So they're going to they can't play Travion Henderson and RJ Harvey. And if you're 5-1 and they're 1-5, you offer, I'm trying to think of a play like Nick Chubb or something.
I think RJ Harvey's a really, really smart one because, I mean, when's the last time we've seen J.K. Dobbins finish a season? I know J.K. Dobbins has been on a pretty damn good tear, but you just never know with that guy. So I think that's a solid one. Obviously, I think number one has got to be either Saquon or the Ravens running back, Henry.
Well, Derrick
If anything's
Henry, that's the
coming
answer.
up
That's the
on
one.
Henry, I think that's the guy you try to target, try to prey on someone who has him. That's maybe like, man, this guy's not doing his fucking job. But we'll see. I don't know. I think Henry's definitely the one. So is Saquon. Those two. If you're looking to go really like buy in.
Best stashes right now. My stashes are Marks, Jaden Higgins, Horton, Mason, Taylor, Dowdle. It's all the running back guys. It's Isaiah Davis is a deep stash. I'm going to give you the deepest of the stashes. This is a deep name. Jack Besh. Deepest of the stashes because Jacoby Myers is out. Jacoby Myers is hurt, and they're trading Jacoby Myers. Brock Bowers, they're probably going to shut him down for the season at some point because they're done. You know, they have no chance in this division. The Chiefs are in third place in this division right now, folks. So we know the Raiders have no shot. So Jack Besh was actually drafted ahead of Dante Thornton. Now, Dante Thornton had all that preseason buzz. Remember that shit? He's a Jalen Hyatt type. He's just an outside knucklehead. I think he had 27 catches his senior year at Tennessee. So Jack Besh is going to fill in that Jacoby Myers role. Jack Besh is a good, tough-nosed slot receiver player, like a Cooper Kupp type, you know, Puka Nacua. And that's a tough because he's white, but for real. That's a deep stash, man, or a guy to keep an eye on. When the second that news hits where Jacoby Myers is traded, you bounce on Jack Besh. I think he could be a weekly wide receiver 3. I know that's a crazy name to throw out, but that's what you're going to get in this channel is you're going to get outside the box thinking. What do you got any, is it just the running back stashes for you, Blake Corum and those guys?
I like Corum. I like who's the Dolphins backup?
Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, even.
Yeah.
Guys like that. I see your Jaden Higgins, and I want to love him so much because I took him in every league. But I'm the king of drafting a guy a year too early when he's a rookie, and I think Jaden Higgins is that guy. I think he's going to break out next year. I don't think it's necessarily this year. I think you can drop him if you need to. Horton, I love. I think especially Mr. Return Yards over here, but I love Horton. Dowdle, yeah, you have to stash Dowdle. I don't think there's
that's not even a stash. That's a start.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
and the thing about Higgins, the problem with Higgins is the other Iowa State. Now the other guy was Jalen Noel this year, but they drafted a guy last 2 years ago at Iowa State, Xavier Hutchinson. He is actually playing ahead of Jaden Higgins, which is really concerning. And he was also a second-round pick. So it's just a mismatch of guys behind Nico Collins and fucking Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz actually been pretty good. CK was a nice comment here. He says, Rob, where do you find all these great guests? Unreal information and knowledge. I find them on Grindr. So I actually get to bang them and I get to have them on the guest. It's awesome. It's just a win-win. I'm like, do you like fantasy football? Is your ass tight? Are you clean? 3 questions. And if they pass those questions, I'm in them and they're on the show.
We don't know how Ray got on the show, but he's here.
Yeah, I didn't mean Ray on Grindr. Sorry, Ray. He seemed easy, you know. I was like, I'd definitely fuck him. Swift or Chuba? Weather is scaring me tomorrow. Well, it shouldn't scare you for Swift. That's a receiver problem and a quarterback problem and a kicker problem specifically. It's Swift by a mile over Chuba.
Yeah, you have to go Swift. I mean, he might catch those little swing passes that are 2-yard easy passes, and go 50 yards. So that's easy for me too, I think.
Chase, this is a weather day. This is our first weather day in terms of 4 games, and 2 in particular that are really bad. The London game looks rough too for weather, not rough, but 12-mile-an-hour winds and rainy, which isn't ideal. And those kickers don't like kicking over there. It's tough. If Jacobs doesn't play, Mason or Marks? It's Jordan Mason for sure. Yeah. Now, here's a question for you. Would you rather start Emmanuel Wilson or Jordan Mason if there was no Jacob?
Probably Jordan Mason still.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that one. Rachaad White getting RB1 play in offseason by who? RB1 pay. No, because I think we saw what Rachaad White was as a full bell cow, and it's a very inefficient running back.
Yeah.
So... And again, who pays?
He's more of a fantasy guy for sure than actual.
What are you going to get? Who pays running backs? Apparently, the Panthers draft Jonathan Brooks. He tears his ACL. They pay Chuba Hubbard, and they get Rico Dowdle for 2 years, $7 million, which is blowing my mind that the Cowboys didn't pay Rico Dowdle $7 million for 2 years. Javonte Williams was a nice surprise.
He wasn't even bad on the Cowboys either. Is the thing just give him $7 million for 2 years? That's nothing. It'd be a nice compliment in insurance to Javonte Williams. Now, I was really high on Javonte this year. It was just about the opportunity, and I feel like he could have been closer to what the player he was as a rookie than what he had shown the previous 2 years after the injury. But they're nice complementary players. Rico's a little bit more of a receiving back, a little more juice. Javonte is just a bruiser, right? It's tough too, like being a Cowboys running back in today's day and age because they throw the ball so much. Like there's not that much opportunity is the thing. Like even like who knows if Rico Dowdle could have been like this there. He's not going to get the opportunity. Panthers, they run the ball.
Yeah.
So different situations, different O-lines, different quarterbacks. Tough to say.
Yeah, Adam. Jay was great. At a glance, that looked like off-brand Dave Portnoy. Is that you? You look like Dave Portnoy?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, we're both Jews, so part Jewish, I
There you
guess.
go. Yeah. Jacoby Myers is a drop now. Tucker is wide receiver 1. Myers stinks. I think he's getting traded. I don't really necessarily trust Trey Tucker. That's why my love for Michael Mayer is there because I think Trey Tucker is just a guy. He's a solid, like,
He's fast.
He's fast. Yes. He's not a polished receiver. I don't think he could, as a number 1, he'll get shut down. He needs to be a number 2 or number 3.
I agree.
So, what are your thoughts on Darnell Mooney? So Darnell Mooney, it's not been good. He had the injury all off, all like camp and all that. Yeah. And then he came back. Now he's hurt again.
I love Darnell Mooney, but he's injured. It's like that. He's like the opposite of Ayuk for me. Like I wouldn't take him just because of the injury. I do like him. Whereas Ayuk, I think he was paid because of the system. I think you could have put anyone in that system, gave him the same route running ability, and they would have done pretty similar. Darnell Mooney's good. He's just quarterback doesn't like him as much. He loves London, and he's hurt, so I'm out on him.
If I got Puka and Garrett Wilson out and lost Neighbors, just acquired Sutton, Nix, and Pearsall for Caleb, Warren, and Nix.
You had to do it.
Sutton. God, Puka, Garrett Wilson, man. That's rough.
Yeah, but Puka might just be out for hopefully another week, so I think you
can recover
for that.
How long is Garrett Wilson? Like, why would they rush Garrett Wilson back? Like,
what
does Garrett Wilson have to play for? He's pissed right now. You saw him pouting on the sidelines. Mark, it's Kate Otten. Theo Johnson is just such a touchdown. Maybe this matchup's good because it's so hard to throw with to your receivers against the Broncos. So I still think it's Kate Otten. Like, just give me the quarterback tied to Baker opposed to Jackson Dart. Not saying anything against Jackson Dart, but
don't tell Godarzi that he fucking picked up Theo and played him the 2 touchdown week. Was that last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago was 2 touchdowns. Last week was 1 catch. 2 catches. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out on him. I'm going Otten too.
Chase says, who do y'all think wins offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year? Offensive rookie of the year, I feel like has to be Jackson Dart if he plays the whole year.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think
if Egbuka only misses a game and he keeps up his pace, then Egbuka for me there. But I mean, it's tough. Like you said, if Dart plays the whole rest of the year and kicks ass like he's been doing, then it's going to be Dart just for the quarterback bias. Defense.
What do you think the record? What do you think the record has to be for the Giants? For Jackson Dart to win, right? Because they were hapless with Russell Wilson. Let's be honest. So, what do you think? What do you think the record has to? You think he has to win 7 games?
I don't even know if he necessarily has to win. He just needs to be in close games and show that he's not losing the game. I think for the team, but the Giants' defense is good enough that he can win. So I think he can win six more games, something like that.
Do you think Carter on the Giants wins it too? Like, do you think it's Giants?
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been paying attention as much to the defensive rookie of the year thing. I would probably say him just for he's the only one I've heard about. So right now,
he's making an impact.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually making an impact and making it easier for Brian Burns and the gang. So
this is a good question for you, Mikey. Since Loveland was such a high draft pick and it's after the bye, will he get a lot more snaps and be worth an ad? Because I had Ray on this very show about a week ago, and I was telling him that even without Tyler Warren being a badass, being drafted after Loveland was a bad pick. Nothing against Loveland. I don't like him as a prospect. It was too high. We didn't need it. We had Cole Kmet. Just down the line, bad pick. You agree it's hard to say he's a bust after this many games. It was just a bad pick. Doesn't mean he's a bust. But like, it's just bad. It was just bad.
I'll be the first one to tell you in the group chat. I was the first one that said, "What the fuck? Loveland? Are you kidding me? Like, why didn't we take Tyler Warren?" That was my very first thought. I think if Warren was a Bear, he'd be doing better than Loveland. But like similar, we have too many guys right now on offense. Like, there's just too many mouths to feed. We shouldn't have taken a tight end. It was a stupid pick. We need to rebuild the trenches. I hope that he gets more snaps after the bye. I'm just not. I just don't know. It's too hard to tell. There's too many mouths to feed in that offense, and Caleb likes to spread the ball. He doesn't just look at one guy other than Odunze in the red zone.
I will say this, actually, the Tyler Warren comment. If somehow the Colts, now Warren's numbers aren't like eye popping.
Buffalo's been hurt too, though. So
yeah, he was hurt all camp, but
yeah,
I think Tyler Warren could be a dark horse for offensive rookie of the year.
He definitely
now,
could be.
The numbers aren't there, but if they're 5-1, and he's a big part of that. And if they somehow can go 13-4 and his numbers get a little better, let's say he has a rushing touchdown, he has maybe 2 receiving touchdowns. If he has 9 total touchdowns and continues to block the way he is and just be a culture guy, I feel like he could sneak in there. He's awesome. All right, Mikey, I'm going to get you out of here on this. I'll finish all the questions here.
Sounds good.
Loved having you on, man. Awesome first appointment. You had a lot of really good positive review here from the chat. They love you. I love you. Hopefully you get on here again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I had a great time talking to everyone on here. Everyone has really great questions, really intuitive about everything. So you guys make it easy. So thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to stick around to finish all these questions. You know how I do. I don't leave until they're all answered, but I'm going to get Mikey out of here. He's got a family. And there's also an 8:30 game tomorrow night. So
indeed.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll hop on the Xbox here shortly since I'm not working, and this is my job.
Hey,
so,
baby Farks McGee's X, boys, hit me up.
Love it, man. Love you, Mikey. Peace. What a guy. Mikey's such a good guy. Known him for a long time. Yeah, I don't know where I find these guys. I guess they're my friends, and they play fantasy. They know their shit. Mikey's a really nice guy. Also said CD or London. Oh, CD. I want CD, Turgay. Sorry, I want CD over London. It's close though, because I love me some London. I thought you were getting both. I was like, that's unreal. That's unreal. Button 50 yards, Amon-Ra 50 yards, or is that too much for plus 160? Man, I would rather just do Sutton. Like, again, my bet, I'll put it up here. I don't like, that's too many variables. One of them pulls a hammy. That's just too much for 160. I like doing individual bets, baby. So now you're not going to get this number anymore on Sutton. I bet it on Wednesday. All the more reason for you guys to get into the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, what are you doing? You get all the bets early. Awesome community. There's 50 of us in here now. You got to get in the Discord because you're going to get all these bets. But I like the Cortland Sutton one just as is, personally. That's just me. I don't mind it, though, by the way. I don't mind it. I just don't think it's not that good of value where you're paying there. Mark, I think you're right around the right number there. Top 15. I feel like if I had to bet if he's going to rest the season from this point on, as he finishing top 15, I would maybe take the over as in like top 16, but it won't be much better. He's inside top 20 for sure. But hey, it's like the Rico Dowdle thing. Like, yeah, CeeDee Lamb is going to make their offense better. The target volume won't be there, but Pickens is just such a good red zone target where the touchdowns are keep on coming, baby. Debo out. Who do I start? Pick one running back and one flex. Vidal, Rico, Coker, Golden, or pick up one of the Commanders' wide receivers. Pick one running back and one flex. So Vidal's the running back for sure. Vidal and Rico, baby. It's easy as hell. Those two running backs. Yeah, the weakness in Minnesota is definitely through the ground. That's why I did my Jalen Hurts 34.5 number. If Mike Evans is playing, but in case he's not, I would definitely start one of the Washington wide receivers. Yeah, Mark, I'd say Bucky's a buy low. The only issue with Bucky is it's multiple injuries, and they haven't really given us a lot of information. And with the way they're playing right now with Rashad White and even Sean Tucker looking okay, I feel like they're going to sit Bucky. They have a week 9 bye, right? So he's out this week. He's probably out until week 10. So if you can go into it knowing you're probably not getting Bucky to week 10, now that will be Bucky fully healthy. I think he's a buy low. Pick 2, Born QJ Worthy. Born QJ Worthy. Give me Worthy and give me QJ. Maybe that's wrong, man. That's so tough. I have such a hard time with this Bourne thing, man. It's so tough with Bourne just because like I don't feel like it's going to continue. I don't, but I could be wrong. I said the same about QJ and it always continued. He's a coach's pet, KP, and like he's everything that Kenneth Walker is not, and Kenneth Walker is everything that Zach Charbonnet isn't. So I think Charbonnet is a great player. I think he is a coach's pet, man, and he's a good He's a really good pass blocker. He makes a smart move and he gets short yardage, gets the short yardage first down. So that's the upside there with Bourne, right? With Mac Jones. So maybe we gotta go Bourne and Quentin Johnston there, maybe. Pollard should be traded. Like, why wouldn't they trade Pollard? Like, it makes a lot of sense. He doesn't have that expensive a contract. They could actually get Tajay Spears out there more. Their season's over. Where would Pollard go? I got this written down, actually, some running back destinations. So Bears are a destination, Dallas, Washington, Pats, Chargers, Denver, Chiefs, Texans. So for Tony Pollard, I guess I could say not Dallas. Washington could be an option because they have that trade, that draft pick from the Brian Robinson Jr. trade. Chargers, depending on Marion Hampton's severity to his ankle injury. And I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs would be a good spot for him. So, and maybe the Texans. So I'll give you Texans, Chiefs, and Washington with the Bears sprinkled in there. Yeah, Pollard kind of looks dusty, but I mean, he's a trusted veteran. Like, yeah, the Chargers would be nice for him because he's still better than Vidal. Like, he's fucking Tony Pollard. Tootin's still a hold, man. I dropped Tootin in a few spots and I kind of feel bad about it because like he's essentially just a handcuff right now. And I went into the season, like, especially after the Tank Bigsby trade. And I was like, I think there's a 30-40% chance he just takes the job or like forces a 50-50 timeshare with ETN. That does not seem like it's happening. So Tootin is in that handcuff range where like, I'd rather have, you know, like not Ollie Gordon, but I'd rather have Blake Corum and Algier. I'd rather have like Isaiah Davis. I think I'd rather have just because of Breece Hall trade rumors. There's like multiple ways that Isaiah Davis becomes a starter. No, Jay, I don't think it's Mixon level, but I don't think it's just a 4 to 5 week injury. I think it might be 6 to 7 weeks, which would put him out until like week 12 and not really trusted. You can't really trust the guy the first week back. So that's tough. Ertz or Mason Taylor. Zach Ertz, baby. Zach Ertz is a top fucking 10 option this week with no Debo and no McLaurin. Rasheed Rice, welcome back, TD, or 63.5. I want the yardage. I think I want the yardage on Rasheed Rice. He's more of a yardage play. All right, gentlemen, I'm winding down. I have like a little bit of beer left. I do have super. Hey, by the way, super chat is back, boys. I know I got to everyone's question. Usually I'm pretty good about that. If I get $10 in supers, I will get another beer and hang out for another 20 minutes or so. Otherwise, I'll answer a few more questions, finish this one off, and then tomorrow night we'll be doing I'm not doing a start-sit show in the morning just because there's another fucking London game. I feel like there's so many London games in a row, there's no time, unless I want to do it at 7 in the morning, which I really don't. But, yeah, tomorrow night, I think Story should be on here with me, probably 10:45 after the Sunday Night Football game. And we will do the recap show and all that good stuff. Gentlemen, if you are in here and you are not in the Discord chat, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get in the Discord chat. You got to get the Patreon for that. Super easy, bro. $5 a month gets you in the Discord. Also, there's other awesome tiers with other good stuff. You want to be a guest in this fucking show? Boom. Get that done. You want to play fantasy leagues with us, against us, with a free buy-in possibly? Boom. Get that. You want some merchandise? Boom. Get that. All that stuff. Oh, we got another beer incoming because Chase, the man Chase. What a guy. What a guy. Yeah, I'm getting another beer. Thank you, brother. I'm going to get it. Longest reception. Hold on a second. I got to move up here to get this comment. Appreciate you, Chase. Longest reception, Jordan Addison. What is that? Are you asking me what the number is, what it should be? I would say 16.5 is probably the number, maybe higher. Would I bet it? I would probably bet it against the Eagles. Do you think Justin Jefferson gets a TD tomorrow? Hasn't scored since week 1. Ooh, what is the number, Marvinator? It's probably like plus 150 is my guess for any time. Oh, what a guy. Thank you, Turgay. Thank you, man. Yeah, the Discord is popping, boys. We have this chat you have going on right now, like right here in this show. It's literally until 3 a.m, and it starts at 7 a.m. There's people on there talking like this. I try to be on there as much as I can, answering questions. It's what's up. It's what's up, man. And plus 130. I don't think I really like that. I'd rather bet us yards. I feel like that's not a lot of good value, plus 130. But I think it's likely to happen. You can throw it in a parlay. You know what I'd like better, Marvinator? Justin Jefferson, 2 touchdowns, right? Do that one because that's probably like plus 490. Turgay, appreciate the kind words and helping me, move this shit. Let's see. What elite wide receiver do you like the best with their playoff schedule? Puka, Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, JSN, Indy. It's Jamar Chase. I mean, although I will say Puka's schedule is pretty tough, but it doesn't matter for him. JSN's pretty cakey there with Carolina. Although, never mind, dude. That's not Carolina's a tough matchup, actually, because you have Horn there. So, it's Jamar Chase. Baltimore, Cupcake. Miami, Arizona. Oof. Not to mention it's Jamar Chase. Yeah, again, I'm not really a touchdown guy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my bets up here real quick while I get this beer. My deep touchdown bets here. The ones I like. I'm going to put my bets up first. I'll leave this up here. Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to get that brewski that Chase earned me to drink. Appreciate you, bro. Give me a second. So there's some winners for y'all right there. I feel like it's a 3. I feel like that's going to be a 3-1 week. Obviously I'm not going to be like, that's a 1-3 week, but Cortland Sutton's gone up precipitously, but a couple deep touchdowns here for you guys. This is what I love. Matt Stafford, 80-1. 80-1 for first touchdown scorer. Give me that one all fucking day, gentlemen. Oh, I will say I didn't mention Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is like 15-1. I do like that for a first touchdown score. Those are the only touchdowns I bet is first touchdowns. And then Geno Smith, 45-1. Bryce Young, 28-1. Ben Sinnott, plus 50-1. I feel like Ben Sinnott has moved. Someone told me he moved to 65-1. So, geez. So I like all those. All right, what else you guys got for me? If you're just tuning in, I'm getting a little tipper now. So, what do you guys got for me? I got a full beverage here. So, Turgay, underdog Sutton is 63.5 yards only available. I feel like 63 is a little high, but who knows? Which bet app do you guys use? Yeah, Chase, Ben Sinnott. I mean, with no receivers there, they're going to play some two tight end sets. They do like Bates there. The odds are just juicy on that. I have 4 apps, dude. I just find whatever bet I'm looking at, I just find whatever has the best odds. That's the key. You gotta have multiple books. Yeah, dude, Turgay, that's the 63.5 is tough. That's why, I do release the actual video beating the odds on it's usually Friday. I've been releasing it Saturday night now. I place those bets on Wednesday, and I put them all in the Discord as I post them. So also, if you guys are NBA fans, I have an expert of experts. He is the NBA prop bets, what I am to NFL prop bets, and probably better. I think we're both I'm 63% the last 4 years in NFL prop bets. He is 65% in NBA, and he does 5 a night, man. So we're gonna be doing a lot of NBA stuff once the fantasy season ends, football ends. But I'm still gonna be posting them in the Discord, all NBA, 5 or 6 plays a day in the Discord. So if you want access to these bets, man, you got to get in there. Not to mention the community is fucking popping. All these awesome guys in here. I still like Sutton at 63.5. I still do. I mean, obviously 54.5. I like it a lot more, but I feel like it's a pop spot for him. And we've seen it. I said it in the video that I released. He had a game last year against the Saints. It was week 8 where he got 0 targets, comes back with 110 yards. This year, I think it was week 2. He had a 1 catch for 6 yards or some crazy number. He had 3 targets, and he comes back with 90 yards. So, and then this is the next game. So usually when he has a stinker, he comes back. Traded Chase Brown and Jamar Chase for Judkins and CeeDee Lamb 3 weeks ago. Thoughts? I'm currently 4-2. I think you won that trade because CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase are close. I mean, I'm still not going to say Jamar Chase is. I know 23 targets or something. It's close, but Judkins I'd rather have than Chase Brown, like all day long. So I think you won that trade. Not to mention, you haven't got much from Chase Brown at all. So I think you won that trade. It's kind of a wash, but I would rather have Judkins and CeeDee Lamb, and I'm not even a Judkins guy. I just believe in CeeDee Lamb. I put a bet on Corum and Tootin to score at TD at plus 30-1 long shot, but I like it. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely could see that. Backup running backs, kind of a wet game. Top TD pick. What do you mean in terms of top TD pick? Like who's most likely? Who's the best long shot? Give me a little details on that one, Alex. And then Mark has biggest upset game this week. Well, I would tell you because as you know, Mark, I said tell everyone the Bengals are winning that game, so that would have been my pick. But let's see if I can get a bigger one here. Let's see, bigger line, not the Titans. You know what? There is a world. Oh, who do I like most? Give me a second on that one, Alex. I'll do some thinking here. Is there a world the Titans at home beat the Patriots? I think I might like that one. I know it sounds gross. But the Patriots are riding high. I think I like that one. The Jets are only getting 1.5 points. Can't be them. That doesn't count. Giants at Broncos. No, I'm not going to go there. Not the Cardinals. Yeah, you know what? Dude, I'm going Titans. I'm not going to bet it. I definitely don't want to bet the line because I don't know if you saw, but Callahan's record against the spread in his tenure was like 4-19, which is just that's not straight up. That's against the spread. That's hard to do. I think, that in the recent history, the last 5 or 6 years, man, coaches that when coaches get fired, you get fucking great value on the next game with a new coaching staff there. So I think the Titans at home could beat the Patriots. I think that if you're getting 3-1 odds on that, because they're plus 7.5, I think I like that. Top TD pick, give me Quinshon Judkins against the Dolphins, man. What game? I think that the Dolphins are going to give him some short fields, and they're not going to kick any field goals because it's going to be hard to kick. Give me Quinshon Judkins. That's probably going to be like minus 180, though. Marvinator, I like Titans, Jets, and Browns to win. Yeah, so Jets and Browns are home. Home teams barely giving any points. What are the Browns? Browns are giving 2.5. Jets are getting points at home. And then, the Titans. That's a rough one, but I've just seen it before, man. I've seen it before with the coaching turnover, right? Where the team gets rejuvenized. And I forget what game it was. I think it wasn't the Denver game. It was week 2, whoever the Titans played. And they, the defense on whatever team it was, they were just like, yeah, we knew coming to this game. We saw them in warmups and we weren't ready to play. They didn't want to play football today. And that was kind of what was going on under Callahan. It was a bad environment. And I think that this environment it's going to be better than that, right? We've seen it when Antonio Pierce took over in the Raiders. That dude's not even an NFL head coach. Jeff Saturday, 3 years ago, came off the fucking couch and led the Colts to a win. So that's my thing there. And I'm not all in on the Patriots. I still think it's the Bills division. We've seen some wacky upsets before, and the Titans are at home. Let's not forget that. They still have a pretty good fan base. It's supposed to be a pretty wet game. Another one. There's like 4 or 5 weather games this week. Tennessee is one of those games. Jay says Judkins first TD and 2 TDs. What would that be, Jay? Is that going to pay like 6-1? I like to kind of predict these things because that's a good exercise. That's what I do on all my bets. Is I go through before they release the lines and I predict what they're going to be, and I can get some discrepancies there. Who do you like as a week 8 quarterback stream? I have Goff. I know it's early, but I need to say ahead. Well, it's not early because it's 1 week away, Mark. So let's take a little gander here. Week 8 quarterback stream. Let's see who'll be available. Michael Penix at home against the Dolphins. If he's available, I like that one. Let's see. I think Bryce Young at home against the Bills could be a good option. And then Spencer Rattler at home against the Bucks could be a good option. We're talking about some deep streaming options here. And that's really it. I think that's it. So any of those guys, I feel like if you need they're going to be available in most of your leagues. So what's going on, Unique? My dude, how you been, man? My opponent has Jacoby Myers. Do you think he plays? He really doesn't have a backup. I don't think he plays, man. It seems 50-50 to me. And here's the thing is Jacoby Myers, he's not that dog. And that sounds stupid to say, but earlier in the year, right before the year started, remember how he was like kind of holding out? He said he wanted a new contract. It was not like the Juwan Jennings situation. They did not give Jacoby Myers a new contract. He's disgruntled. He wants the money and he's not going to play hurt. Where like Juwan Jennings has all those contract incentives. He's playing through injuries. Jacoby Myers has no incentive to play through this injury on this lost season. So I think Jacoby Myers sits. So that's going to be a boom for you, baby. Rick, yeah, the weather in Cleveland, if you're just tuning in or you haven't seen this. So one of my first, I just showed my bets, my 4 bets. On Wednesday, I placed 2 of them. And Thursday, I placed the other 2. I bet Jerry Jeudy over 35 yards. And then I cashed out. I took a $20 loss or so. To cash that bet out because his number didn't change. That's how DraftKings fucking operates. Stupid. But it's like up to 50-mile-an-hour winds and rain. So I'm not worried about Fannin because Fannon's going to get a lot of those dump down catches. It's not great for him, but it's way worse for the wide receivers. Bad for Waddle. It's just bad. It's great for the team defenses. It's bad for the kickers though. Bad for the quarterbacks. Not that you were starting either of those quarterbacks anyway. It looks rough, man. It looks really, really, really rough there. This could be one of the worst. I mean, this is definitely going to be the worst weather game we've had this year. And, I feel like rain and wind is worse than snow because snow can be, moved off the field and doesn't get the ball as fucked up. Like, that's just a rough-ass combination. Daily Grind, flex question, Henderson, Carter, Hubbard, Coker, or Barnes if Jacobs is out. I want to go – I think I'm going to go Carter, Henderson, in that order. Carter and Henderson. Ooh, that's a nice one, Marvin Anderson. Now we're talking. Now we're figuring it out. So he likes the Titans over 16.5 team total. I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game. Yeah, man. I think Cam Ward's due, and I've been saying this for 4 weeks now, unfortunately. I think he's due for like a coming out moment. Now, I know you could say it was the Cardinals game where they won, but like there would never have been no coming out moment if it wasn't for the Cardinals making multiple boneheaded decisions. So I think this is the game the Titans can actually get right on offense. Oh, damn. Judkins first and 2 touchdowns is 10-1. Now we're talking, Jay. Now we're talking. Cheerio. No, I don't think so, man. The weather, yeah, they're going to run a lot of A-Chain. You know what I think this is? This be more Ollie Gordon time, dude. You know what? Thinking about that right now, I might make a little bet on Ollie Gordon. I think when I checked it, he was like 16.5 rushing yards. Like if this literally gets to the point where you cannot throw the ball, and it's going to be a low scoring game, right? It's like neither team's going to be up 21-3. Obviously, there's no field goal. You can't even attempt field goals. Like, give me Ollie Gordon over 16.5 rushing yards. Or what I might like even better is Ollie Gordon's rushing attempts. Let's take a gander at that right now and maybe make a little bet on the show together because my reasoning here, when I'm talking about the weather so much, Devin A-Chain is not a back that can withstand 26 carries like Quinshon Judkins. So Ollie Gordon's a bruiser, and he fits better for this weather. So let's just see what Ollie Gordon's props are at. Just so you know, this game has ticked down. This Cleveland Dolphins game is 34.5 points total. 34.5. That's wild. That is wild. What do we got for rush yards over under? So we have Ollie Gordon at 16.5. I was right. 16.5 rushing yards. Rush attempts. They don't have it listed. Let's see if it's rush attempts over under. Do I have that? Damn. Here it is. They don't have Ollie Gordon's rush attempts. God damn it. Hello, does the Saints beat the Bears? I'm rolling with the Saints. I think this is a good spot for the Saints. With the weather. Now I know the Saints are a dome team, but I think it's a good spot for the Saints. Unfortunately, the Bears just played a weather game and won it. It's a 5.5 point line last I checked. What do you guys think about Ollie Gordon? Do you think we pull the trigger on this as a show bet here? The Eagles have to win this game, Joe. They have to. You think we pull the trigger on this? Unique. Derrick Henry is about to ball fucking out. You saw him what he did week 6, man. He looked good. So what do we think about this Ollie Gordon number, boys? What do we think? Do we think this is a play? Do we make this a play in the show? 16.5, man. Like, I mean, if the weather, let's check the weather right now. All right. Before I make it, let's see what I have. Cleveland, you know, I'm a degenerate. My weather app, you know how degenerate I am? My weather app is, I'm in Illinois, right? It's that the last 2 places I've been on vacation, and then all the NFL cities. So I have access to Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Like all the places that don't have domes. That's a degenerate right there. JD, he really hasn't, but it's the fact that if they can't throw the ball, if this weather is what they say it's going to be, then you're just going to see the teams running and running and running and running. And Devin Achane cannot withstand 25 touches, man. So, like, unless Jalen Wright gets into the mix, I just feel like this is an Ollie Gordon game. Like, it just has the making of Ollie Gordon. Again, 16.5 yards is not a lot. And the Browns defense is tough, I guess. I wish the rushing attempt number was on there because it was like 4.5 rushing attempts. I'd pound that over. I'm going to look at the hourly here, and it says, can I get the hourly, motherfucker? God damn it. See, I need to get the app here. Hold on. I'll get it. So we're going to go winds. So it's looking like 10 to 24 miles an hour with gusts up to 41 miles an hour. But the rain, so the rain is literally over an inch and like all day. So starting at 10 a.m., it's raining. And then like by 1 o'clock, it's thunderstorms and 70% chance. So, man, I think we might. I don't think I want to make this an official play on the pod. I probably should, but this isn't really my process. I'm just kind of just having fun and, you know, drinking. But I think Marvinator, yeah, 17.5 attempts is a lot, but I feel like he can get that, but he's not getting 25. Right. I think they were run the ball 40 times. So, dude, good info. Good info right here. And the thing is, they might play both of them at the same time. So I think we do this. Let's place a little. I'm going to check on the other books I have. Let's do what do we think? An alternate line too, maybe? The nice thing about the alternate line is slippery game. What if Achane gets hurt? Now you're hammering the alternate line. You know, it's like an automatic win with Ollie Gordon. Let's see what we have here. If FanDuel has any lower. So we have. I hate betting on like ancillary players like this. It kind of seems dirty, but we have 17.5 on FanDuel. So I think the play is 16.5, man. I like this. I like this thought process. This is why we do this show. We talk it all out. Yeah, man. I mean, that's not a lot of yards, dude. But it's going to be hard to throw. Like, the thing is, we're also banking on, like, can we bank on the Browns being up a lot of points? Like, if they have, you know, they have no passing offense. Yes, they do have Quinshon Judkins. I just think it's a messy game. I think it's a messy game. This is like a 17-13 game, and it's going to be a run fest, dude, where it's like you don't want to turn the ball over because, like, the defense that steps up, which is probably going to be Cleveland's defense. I hope it is. I'm starting Cleveland's defense in a lot of leagues. Super, super, super pumped about that. Is going to be the winner. So it's like whatever team makes a mistake first, you know, wins the game, or sorry, loses the game. So whatever defense steps up. So yeah. Criminally, yeah, man. I think I actually would. You know, I'm a pretty giving lover. So I expect the girl to do what I want them to do, like in most cases. So I'd be a hypocrite if I were to say, no, you can't. Hey, what's up? You want to see my buddy? Come here. Come here. Here's my buddy. Hey, say hi. It's my buddy. Say hi. He's a Bernese Mountain Dog and a Golden Retriever mix. He's just all up in my shit right here. What's up, buddy? I know you got to go outside. I'll take you out in a little bit, okay? I would rather have Judkins in this game, I feel like. In full PPR, probably Achane, so Hey man, let's not throw that word around. That doesn't mean anything. And first of all, there's nothing wrong with that. I am married. My wife's right there in the picture. She's pretty fucking hot, bro. So I'm not actually, but if you want to say a fantasy question, I will answer it. Otherwise, you got your rise out of me for the moments, and that's all you're getting. So yeah, definitely way more physical. All right, buddy. You're out of here, dude. Sorry, I'd like to have the viewers because then more people will join. But if you're gonna come in and say dumb shit, then you're banned. You're out. You're out. You're autistic. He's autistic. Although you can't blame him. He's got problems. Although Rain Man was autistic and he was fucking genius. He's a golden retriever Burmese. Yeah, he's a kind of a handful, but he's sweet. I miss my actual golden. This is my actual golden here. His ashes. He was a shit. Died at 6 years old, which fucking sucks. Last year, still bummed about that one, man. That was the hardest days of my life. You know, people always say that, you know, they're just dogs, but if you're a dog person like me, you don't have children. Dogs are your fucking children, man. And yeah, I'll tell you a sad story if you want. I don't want to have a downer here. Fucking passed away in my yard at 7 a.m. I was at work. Wife called me just randomly. 6-year-old golden retriever. Had to fucking carry him to my car. 100 fucking pounds too. Jesus Christ. Dead weight is an actual thing. And I try to make a joke out of it. But that was sad. It took me a long time. I feel like if my dad passed away, knock on wood, love my father. He's 67 years old. I think I'd be I've already said all the things I could say to my dad in my life. He knows where I'm at. Like my dog doesn't, you know, dogs don't. So anyways, moving on. Quinshon Judkins over 69 rushing yards. His number is 95. Man, you got to get one. I mean, they're a lot of work, but like, you know, kids are a lot more work and a lot more money. So I don't know. I was never a dog guy. Like I love dogs, and my family dog growing up was a Bichon, a little shitty small dog. And then getting, you know, a golden and then like a bigger dog like this, like it's just you can't compare it to anything else. And they're just fucking it's something different, man. They're your best friend. They're always positive. They always greet you when you come home. They're never pissed. You know, they just love you. Chihuahuas, hey-oh. Yeah, Quinshon Judkins' line is 95. What's crazy about Quinshon Judkins' line, dude, is I was going to bet that this week, and it opened at 85, and I was waiting for the rushing and receiving yards to come out because I like doing that with running backs. I was hoping it would be like 91. I look literally 3 hours later, and the line is at 95 rushing yards. That's where it's at now. It was crazy. Buddy, you're getting all in these wires. Come on, Poe. Dude. Moki. God damn it. He is like trapped in my wires. Yeah, because A-Train's value generally coming from a lot of passing stuff. Poe, what are you doing down here, man? You're stuck. You can't. You got to get out of here. Come on. You got to figure out how to get out. You're stuck. I can't help you. Do you guys think the Cowboys can beat Commanders today? Our defense is so bad. Well, the Commanders' offense is beat to shit right now, so that's your upside right now. I put it at pretty close. Come on, Poe. You got to go. Go out that way. Come on, go. He's just sitting here. He can't move. Come on, yeah, go around. There you go. You got out of it. Now go. Yeah, or just sit there. You can do something. Oh my God. All right, sorry about this. He's fucking my shit up. You just want to hang out, huh? I know. I'll let you out. Sorry. My wife's gone tonight, so it's just the guys tonight. Can't wait to jerk off tonight. It's gonna be great. If Josh Jacobs doesn't suit up, I can honestly see the Cardinals upset. He's been a bell cow. Yeah, man, that's a big loss. I do think Emmanuel. I think he's a good backup. Okay, I think Emmanuel Wilson's a good backup. But Josh Jacobs is the heart and soul of that fucking team. Joel, ever try meth? No, man. Tried a lot of stuff, but not meth. I don't think. Don't quote me on that one. George Pickens, CD. What's the number at Irish? His name's Moki. Kind of a weird name. He was a rescue, so. But I'll tell you, my Golden's name was Chris Farley, right here. My favorite comedians of all time. I'm a little older than probably most of you guys or some of you guys. Chris Farley's the GOAT. So I wanted to name a dog. Also, you hear Harley and Marley. You never hear Farley. Like, give me a fucking living tribute, name for a dog. And goddamn, I love that name. Love that guy. Rip Chris Farley, baby. A-Chain over rushing yards. What is the rushing yard total for A-Chain Irish? Like 81? 75? I wouldn't say he's a receiver, but his value is coming off on receptions right now, bro. You know what's great, JD, about Farley, and like I'm still discovering it, is SNL. And I was born in '88, so like Chris Farley's still on SNL was like 92 to 95, so 94 or whatever. I thought I'd seen a lot of Chris Farley, like most of Chris Farley's SNL stuff. Dude, I've only seen like half of them. So like every day, like I watch a couple, they start popping up. There's so many good ones. So that's the beauty of SNL is you get to see these guys not just in their movies, but like Chris Farley has so much stuff. Not even talking about the stuff he did in Chicago at Second City, which is like the poor man's version of SNL in Chicago. Now a lot of that stuff's not really available for media, but there's still some stuff out there. Chris Farley, fucking legend, man. Better than Belushi, in my opinion. Belushi more talented because he was a musician, but Chris Farley, funniest human, one of the nicest guys of all time. No, they've been running Kendra Miller a lot, bro. So I think they're trying to. I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know what they're doing in New Orleans. No, I think Lamb's a pop, Logan. Mostly because the reports that Lamb said he wanted to play last week. He was 100% last week, and they were patient with him, which is a good thing. So. Yeah, I think Lamb is a smash this week. I mean, you obviously can't bench him. In terms of betting, I maybe would be a little hesitant to bet him, but he's going to slot right into a top 8 wide receiver, and give it a week or two, he'll be a top 5, top 3, top 2 guy. Damn straight he did, man. He stole it and everything. Some of his movies got a little bad. If you like Farley JD, go watch Almost Heroes. That was his last movie. It's that and Dirty Work. Dirty Work's the Norm Macdonald movie. He's a really supporting character in that. He's in like 4 scenes. But Almost Heroes, Matthew Perry, and it has Chris Farley. It's fucking amazing, dude. Amazing. It's like a retelling of the Lois and Clark, like another journey that they took. Fucking epic, dude. The side characters in that movie, it's worth the trip alone. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of yards, 77.5. I'd bet the over. I'd bet the over if I was going to bet it, but I probably wouldn't touch it. John Candy, love John Candy. John Candy was in just so many better movies because he was in a lot of John Hughes shit. And John Hughes, I mean, he got the most out of John Candy. Great Outdoors, I'm actually not a big fan of, but I'm a big Uncle Buck fan. And I would say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, probably one of my top 10 comedies of all time. Very underrated. And I'll say this about that movie. There's a lot of Christmas movies, a lot of Halloween movies, right? That is a true Thanksgiving movie, and there's not many of that ilk. So, like, in Thanksgiving, I watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles every year. And so I've probably seen that movie 40 times. Love it. Steve Martin's great in that movie. Going Chris Moore over Whittington do the matchup. It has 45% snap count compared to Jalen Lane's 33%. Right, last week. Yeah, that makes sense. So all the ancillary things you're talking about, McAuliffe, makes sense in Chris Moore. I am just more confident in Whittington's role, and that's my thing with Whittington. I think if it was a half PPR, I'd be more likely to go Chris Moore. In full PPR, I want Jordan Whittington because I think he's having 5 catches. Yeah, that was the confidence booster mark for Pickens. That was actually, you think about it now, they would have maybe won one more game. Maybe they would have won that game against Green Bay if they had Lamb. But if they can somehow figure this out, like their offense is humming without Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb's he's an easy player to plug back in the offense. He can play every position on the field, every wide receiver position on the field. So it really was huge for Pickens. Now Pickens is the number 2, getting single coverage. Woo! What do you think about Stafford over half interception? He hasn't turned the ball over the last 3 weeks. Dude, the Jags are such an opportunistic defense. Now, Devin Lloyd being out, Marvinator, kind of an issue, but he's a linebacker, but he's a good in coverage. I think I like that. What are the odds, man? Is that like an even odds bet? Because I really like that. Yeah, Almost Heroes. Fucking love that movie, dude. I watch that movie like once every 3 months. Scatterbo 54.5 yards. I don't think I want to touch that one, man, against the Broncos. I would bet the over if I was going to bet it. I'll say that. Logan, let's just hope the weather's not too bad, man. I'm in Chicago right now. It seems fine right now, but it's not great. It doesn't seem too windy, but it seems wet. So I guess we'll see. But you know what? We've seen perfect weather games finish at 10-7. We've seen awful weather games finish at 35-30. So you know what I mean? It's more of a tiebreaker for me, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, I love Uncle Buck for sure. In CK and Planes Trains, it is the end is touching, man. And that even the speech that John Candy gives about, you want to hurt me, fine. Like my customers love me, my family loves me. Just awesome. Dude, John Candy, that's the problem for me that I hate about Chris Farley passing away so early is I feel like now he was never gonna be John Candy level actor. But he had some real moments, in Tommy Boy, you see a couple of the moments when his dad dies, like there was some real acting in there. And Chris Farley was a pretty fucking deep dude. Like he was a sad guy, obviously, like Robin Williams level, where he could have, no one took him serious. If he had a couple more years and got clean, he could have had a second life on his career and actually played some like real roles. Obviously, we all know about the Shrek thing where he was going to be Shrek. And I like Mike Myers a lot. Chris Farley was fucking Shrek. So he was Shrek. So give me Chris Farley. There's like 20 minutes on there on YouTube of Chris Farley reading with the animated stuff behind him. And it was a way different like way to look at Shrek. And I would have much preferred it with Chris Farley. Does Tyjae Spears produce running back 1 numbers if Pollard is traded before November? No, not running back 1 because that offense needs to get a lot better. But I would say top 15, top 16, and PPR especially. I love Tyjae Spears, man. I'm a big Tyjae Spears dude. He just can't stay healthy, and we just need to have him stay healthy. I do like that number right there, Iris. I like J.K. Dobbins. That's one I actually do like. I did look at that one for my bets. I do like that one. Justin, can only play 1. Quentin Johnson, Bourne, or Rice? It's Rashee Rice. You waited all this time. It's Rashee Rice. No, the injuries will come back, James, because last year was a relatively healthy year for injuries, especially at the running back position. This year has just gone crazy. We are literally a third of the way through the season, like a little bit more than a third of the way through the fantasy season, 36% through the fantasy season. And we have seen a year's worth of injuries with quarterbacks, like every position. George Kittle being out, Bowers, like 2 of the top 4 tight ends being out, Lamar being hurt, Jaden Daniels missed a couple weeks. It's rough. And the running backs is just nuts. We're seeing running backs 4 on the depth chart starting games. It's going to get back to normal. There'll still be some injuries, but it's going to get better. Marvinator got it at plus 100. What was the, what did you get plus? Oh, I like that, man. Even odds bet for Stafford to throw a pick. That's a good one. Blaze, I prefer Io Manor, bro. Van Jefferson did look good. He was the number 1 target, but you still have Tyler Lockett there. It's worth a dart throw. I mean, if there's other options, though, give me Whittington, give me Alec Pierce over Van Jefferson. Juckins, Scatterbo, or Rashad White, full PPR. This is, it's Juckins or Rashad White. In full PPR, I'd probably go Rashad White just because he can give you Juckins numbers without the production. He can give you 5 catches against the Lions and, 60 yards rushing, 5 catches and a touchdown. Juckins can have two touchdowns and it'd be the same line. Yeah, dude. And the sad thing is women love Chris Farley just because his charisma. And he was pretty athletic for his size. So towards the later years, he got pretty disgusting in terms of his body, but he just thought all he was worth was getting hookers. He didn't think he can get a real girl. Like Chris Farley was beloved by women. BTJ Elite. I think BTJ. I'm going Lamb over Rice, Justin. I do like Rice, but give me Lamb, baby. David, non-PPR flex spot. Pacheco, Alec, Alamaner, or Fannin. Oh, I'm going to go with the running back. I think I'm going to go Pacheco. It's Pacheco or Fannin, and then Io Manor last. So I think Pacheco has the best chance to find the end zone. Yeah, I'm going Pacheco. Against the Raiders, I'm thinking about it. Give me Pacheco. Irish, I do like that one. 66.5 for Kyron Williams. It seems that Blake Corum is kind of out of favor. Now, it doesn't mean Blake Corum's not the handcuff there. He would be the starter with an injury. But I feel like that fumble on the game against the Niners is kind of limited his touches where he was getting 25% of the work early in the year. He's only getting about 12% now. So, yeah, I think I like that number. Will Bucky even come back by week 10? I traded Tet for him. Well, week 9 is their bye, Elite. So yeah, he'll be back by week 10. I don't think he's going to come back week 8 because they have a week 9 bye. All right, I got a few more minutes in here with y'all. I don't know. Should I have another beer? I don't know if I should have another beer. Anyways, I'll answer a couple more questions for you guys before I leave. I still have a third of a beer here to drink. I'm going to put my bets up here for you guys real quick. If you guys haven't seen these, if you're just joining the stream, there's the 4 plays for the week. 29-13 in the year, gentlemen, on these prop bets. We're crushing ass. Cortland Sutton's number has gone up precipitously, but still like it at 60. I prefer it at 54. Obviously, still like it at 60, though. The running back, quarterback props, I love this week. I love all these fucking bets. I know everyone says that about bets they make, and I say it every time, but clearly 29-13 means I am liking these and winning. Shout out to the Patreon members. I got to shout these guys out. CK, Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Mark, Jason. We just saw Jason on the show. We just saw Mark on the show. If you want to get on the show, if you want to get in the Discord, which is a 24/7 version of our chat with me and Story and they're answering questions, everyone helping each other out, go to the Patreon. You want to be on the show, go to the Patreon. You want to play fantasy football leagues with us. I'm starting a bunch of leagues. Do a NFL fantasy playoff league coming up this year, maybe 2. Next year, 2025, we're going to be rocking, maybe 2026. We're probably going to rock like 5 or 6 professional fanatics leagues. Give away a free entry in each of them once it starts popping. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Get in on this shit. Mark knows what's up. Mark knows what's up. Should I drop some handcuffs for Emmanuel Wilson if this calf injury lingers for Jacobs? Yeah, I would have him as a roster. I wouldn't like Isaiah Davis is probably the line. Maybe right now with the Jacobs news, I'd rather have Emmanuel Wilson over Isaiah Davis, but it's close. Most points tomorrow. That's a tough one. Let me I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say that's a tough question. Jonathan Taylor, but no. Give me Bijan. Give me Bijan against the Niners. Niners are beat up on defense. Give me Bijan. Mark says, I got Shepard at flex, worried about Evans and Buka coming back. Should I let it ride or play someone else? Whittington. I would go Whittington, bro. Yeah, I would go Whittington. That's what I did. I had Sterling Shepard. I think we talked about this, Mark. I had Sterling Shepard in a lot of spots. And then once the Mike Evans news came out, I didn't drop him, but I benched him. And then once the possible Buka news came out, he's done. I'm playing Whittington. I'm playing Whittington and Alec Pierce over him. I would still play Michael Mayer at flex over Sterling Shepard. Jaden Daniels, 47.5 yards. Caleb, 250 plus pass and rush yards. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. I would say guaranteed wide receiver 2, James Bond. The only time it won't be is if you get Godwin coming back healthy and Ibuka's back, and you get Jalen McMillan back. Like then it becomes a not a guaranteed wide receiver 2. But in this economy, in this wide receiver room with Baker Mayfield playing the way he is, yes, wide receiver 2. Best guess from Logan. Full PPR points from Devontae Adams. I'm going to say he has a 7 for 90 and a touchdown. So that would be 22 points, but I'm going to hedge that. That's my projection for him, and a good projection. I'm going to say he scores 19. I would put, if I was like had a site, right, and I had to do projections for these players in PPR, I would have put his projection at like 17.8. David, I mean, who are you benching him for? I still have T-Mac as a top 25 option this week, so it depends on who you're benching him for. The only problem with Bijan is he has these games where he has 80 yards receiving and the 76 yards rushing. He's such a receiving threat, and we've seen the team's propensity to play him in the slot and to move him around and play both him and Algier in the field at the same time, especially with Mooney being out and Raymond McLeod. Raymond McLeod is like away from the team right now, so they have no receivers. Casey Washington didn't even have a catch last week, and Kyle Pitts is just a guy apparently. So I like the total yards, but the problem is the total yards is gonna be like 130. Appreciate you, Mark. Mark knows what's up. Thank you, brother, for supporting me, supporting the channel, and we're going to the moon, man. We're going to the moon, baby. Again, Logan, I don't make the projections. I would just tell you it seems like a really good matchup for him. And, it's Devontae Adams, bro. Like, this is his chance to shine. He's been doing fine all year, too. But, again, I'm a Whittington guy. So, I think Whittington's have a good game. I think your hope, Logan, is there's no touchdown for Adams. That's your hope. Ron, I would still have QJ in the top 30 discussion. So he's a wide receiver, low end wide receiver 3, high end wide receiver 2, depending on how you look at it. I like the matchup. The Colts secondary is beat to shit right now. It is just bucking. It's like Hope Solo's vagina. I don't know if you guys if you want to get some entertainment, Hope Solo, the ex-U.S. women's team goalie, very, very beat up box down there. That is the Colts secondary right now. Dude, I'd probably play Vidal over T-Mac, bro. I probably would. James, I'm not too worried about DK. He has these games from time to time. The nice thing about DK, that he has a bad game, Aaron Rodgers looks good, right? Aaron Rodgers looks healthy. He looks upright. The offense looks good, and the defense looks terrible. The Steelers, the highest paid defense by a mile this year, look terrible. DK is going to be just fine. I think this is a nice buy low spot for yeah, man. Super chats are back, CK. I had a couple week thing. We're back and running. Thank you, Logan. Hop on that Discord, boys. It's popping right now. A lot of good access there to me, to the crew, the guys, CK, Mark, Logan, all these dudes. That's what we have. So yeah, we're up and running, baby. We're up and running again. Even when I didn't have it, I still was on here every fucking single night. So, I'm still trying to grow the channel, and, I'm not a greedy dude. I know what I'm offering though. And, beyond the bets, the insight, the entertainment, the guests have been fucking top goddamn notch on this show. And I'm continuing to build my bench, boys. It's getting good. I do hope you go to the moon and be the best. I like how you engage with everyone. Very helpful. Like and sub for me. Hey, thank you, David. 7 nights a week, baby. A lot of different guests. And I like to do it because there's some other shows out here that do what I do. And specifically the fantasy football show with Smitty. He's knowledgeable. He knows his shit. It's just him, though. You're getting the same opinion every time. I bring 7, 8, 9 guys on here a week that are all, especially Story, who's just a G. Chaz is really good. Dave's really good. Mike was really good tonight. Ray's funny. That you're getting different takes. It's not just the same old thing. And we talk these things out, and we talk them out with you. I changed my opinion. I'm not just setting my opinions, right? I have 25 fantasy leagues I manage, plus my wife's 11. I have over $8,000 in fantasy right now. So my goal here is to help you guys out, help myself out. I've learned a lot. That's why my betting is doing even better this year. I was 60% the last 3 years in player props. I'm even better than this year because every night I'm talking football with you guys. We're learning things. People are bringing things to my attention. We're growing together, and we can all eat, right? None of you guys are even in the same leagues together. So we all want to get better. We can all win. Now, in a couple years when we're playing the Professional Fanatics leagues next year, we can't all win. And me and Story probably will win. Regardless, let's all fucking make some money together. Let's do it. Oh, God, the counselor, David. Here's the difference. I will own when I'm wrong, and I like Calvin Ridley this year. He was one of my PPs, dude. One of my 10 PPs. Also on that list, Javonte Williams, George Pickens, Tucker Kraft. I had a lot of good wins, but I will tell you when I'm wrong. And that dude just brushes over that. That guy sucks. He has 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. He literally puts out one video a day that's 18 minutes and then a couple shorts. And somehow people are listening to him and literally buying his fantasy guide and his bets and shit. I guarantee his bets suck. The dude's a clown. Literally, he's a clown. And I'm not trying to be dude, watch my show, not his. Go ahead, go try to watch that guy's show. You're gonna get 18 minutes of content where he goes through on this little spreadsheet of green, yellow, and red matchups. And he's like, this is a good matchup. This is a bad matchup. Dude, you can look that up yourself. We're beyond the box score here. We're going to actually learn things about these players. And it's so bad. How is he 18 minutes of content? I'm on here 2 hours a day. And with different guests, with you guys, the reason he can't do a show like this is because he doesn't know enough about football. We don't have show notes. Me and Story, we don't have show notes. I don't have any stats in front of me. This is just straight up what I know, right? It's not quick enough. How could I ever have it up in front of me to be answering your question and oh, what's the depth chart on this team? If you don't know it, you don't know it. And that dude doesn't know it. So, hey, good for him. 100,000 subscribers. If you're watching that guy, you're not winning your fantasy league. That's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So Yeah, I think the problem is that I started doing the live streams. I did all my drafts, right? I streamed all my drafts. And then a lot of you guys found it after the season started. So unfortunately, you weren't on board with Javonte Williams. Like, like I have Javonte Williams everywhere. I have George Pickens everywhere. I have Rico Dowdle everywhere. Like, certain guys. Now I can only help you in season, which is actually kind of my weakness. But next year, guess what? Next year, you're going to be on here in July, and we're doing best balls, and we're killing. And, you're going to have a big fucking bankroll for all these bets. And Mark, my dude, Mark, hopefully you guys all saw the show on Tuesday where Mark came on and just was he was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can help you out with my knowledge. Mark, you're crushing the show on Tuesday. I hope to have you back on again. He is on the Patreon. He is my number one fan. Gotta shout out Mark, because this dude, he's crushing. He's killing. He's on every show. I love you, Mark. I love you. What a good guy. Appreciate the comment, Jay. We are we're building towards something here. Pretty nice. Trevor, Marvin Harrison coming off a concussion, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings. It's Marvin Harrison. You cannot, Jerry Jeudy, that weather is so insane. And Juwan Jennings is literally like Saving Private Ryan Normandy. He can't even walk. So non-PPR, Marvin Harrison is averaging 0.5 touchdowns a game when he plays, like in his career, right? He has 11 touchdowns in 23 games in his career. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. It's not close. If the weather was fine, I could maybe see Jerry Jeudy against the Miami, but yeah, we can't go down that road. We can't do that. Hey, we got Caps in here. Catching the back end here, Caps, but I'm still going strong. Almost 3 hours. We had Ray to start the show, and he got so hammered he had to log off. That was like 10:45. And then Mike Levelstein was on here for about an hour and a half. Now I'm just powering through the end of this. Trevor, I got Rico and Pickens in my work league tearing everyone up, and Jamar is finally doing something for me. Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know if you want to trade Rico and Pickens, but I feel like both those guys are very, very good sells. If you can get someone to buy. Now, I'm not necessarily one of those people. I think Pickens for sure. If you can get Nico Collins for George Pickens right now, fucking just run to that computer and do that right now. Jerry Jeudy, like I said, I had Jerry Jeudy as one of my bets of the week at 35.5 yards. Now, I had to take a $20 loss to cash that out because the weather there is just, well, Trevor, do that right now. That's perfect because Puka's out this week, and probably next week they have a bye. So you have you're tearing up the league, dude. Do that right now. Do that. Go get off the stream and do it right now, or do it at the same time, Trevor. Please. Andrew, I got Puka, Garrett Wilson, and McLaurin all out this week. Hopefully Pickens saves me this week. Who else you starting, Andrew? Let's talk through your lineup real quick. Who you starting? You got some waiver wire dudes, some bench dudes? Because you're missing some guys, but we all are at this point. Week 8's by Mageddon next week, so we're all gonna be missing some shit. Okay, yeah, Trey Tucker's fine. I'm not a Trey Tucker guy, but Jacoby Myers probably not playing. Brock Bowers out. Trey Tucker, pretty good matchup against the Chiefs, actually. So yeah, I was thinking if you had some bums in there, we could go through the waiver wire and find you someone better. But I'm not starting like Alec Pierce over Trey Tucker. Genty, Kamara, yeah, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good. That's what you have with all those guys being out. You have a good team. I'll tell you this, Andrew. If Kamani Vidal has a good game this week, I think you should trade him. Find a team that's running back needy and that has a losing record, Vidal will be good for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Flip him for something. The rest of the season, because he's not going to help you when you need him most. You're a playoff team. You're probably going to have a first-round bye. So that's the move. We got to stay one step ahead of these things. My biggest thing I say in trades, gentlemen, and the people that have been watching the show know, it's not about who you get. It's about who you trade with. You got to find a proper trade partner. It's like a dance, right? Like you could be a bad dancer, but if you find someone that fits you, same with sex, right? If they fit you, right? If you fit them, it's better. It's a weird one, sorry. But if you find somebody that needs a running back that is 2 and 5, right? That's perfect because Kamani Vidal fits their team and you're 5 and 2. Well, you're 2 and 4. Okay, I guess you got to hold on to him then. Hold on to Vidal. All those puns are gone. My bad. You're fine, though. Your team's good. You're good. 2 and 4 is fine. You just got to win this week. Would you trade Jackson Dart for Kyler Murray? I don't want anything to do with Kyler Murray underrated. He might be losing his job to Jacoby Brissett, Jacoby Brissett's like 6 months away from, the backup quarterback commercials we see where it's like Mitch Trubisky's on there and shit. Like, I think Jacoby Brissett's been on one of those. Hasn't Jacoby Brissett been on one of those commercials? Can someone verify for me? I wish Blake is not in here right now, which is bumming me out because Blake is my Jamie and he does all these stat checks for me. Was Jacoby Brissett on one of those backup quarterback shows? Like commercials where it's like, calling Jacoby Brissett. Now he's taking Kyler Murray's job, bro. Like, what are we talking about? But it's crazy. It's crazy. Marvinator, what's been the most viewers you've had on live, brother? For a stream, I've had like 10,000. Those were the drafts though. And then some of the early streams, that's over 3 hours. Most like ever consistently in a stream is like 60, 70. It's been kind of tapering off. I'm not too worried, man. I'm going to keep on throwing out the good guests. And I feel like the community itself, you guys are making this more legitimate because there's no other show like this with, I'm not a snob. I don't feel like I'm a snob to people. Like, people are dicks to me. I just like treat them with kindness. And we let you guys dictate the show. You know what I'm saying? And the reason a lot of these people don't do it is because they physically can't. They need show notes and they need to go through and have like everything planned out. This is an impromptu show where anything goes, just like my sex conversations. That's the key. What are the odds Jacobs plays? Dude, I thought it was like 90%, Mark. And then apparently I just learned during the stream because I was at my sister's for dinner tonight. I didn't know that it's like not looking good for him to play. Like, I thought it was an illness, but apparently it's like a calf injury too. So I would still put it at good chance. Josh Jacobs is a warrior, dude, and he's going to want to be out there. So if I wanted to grab Wilson and drop Shepard, if Jacobs don't play, who do you like, Whittington or Wilson? I like Whittington, dude. But the problem is you're not going to know, right? You're not going to know. Man. Do you have anyone else to drop, Mark? Well, that was, and last game he had an illness, Andrew. So, fuck, I like Whittington, but it's like, if you start Whittington, then you can't play Jacobs? It sucks. It's a rough situation, man. It's a rough situation. Very rough situation there. Hunter, I tend to like Luke McCaffrey as a dynasty guy because he's just, the McCaffreys are good football players. To quote the late great Lovie Smith, even though he's not dead. Luke McCaffrey's a good football player. He's an all-purpose dude. I don't quite know what his role is there in Washington, but I don't see Debo being there long term. So, start Whittington over Shep, Mark, and then. Yeah, do that. Drop Shepard and grab Wilson and then start Whittington. Oh, Alex, I'm pretty sure the Raiders are getting blown the fuck out. Geno Smith's terrible. I mean, that kind of ties into my bet of Geno Smith over 10.5 rushing yards just because he's going to be under duress. They're going to be losing the game. How many dropbacks is Geno? They don't want to have Geno Smith drop back 40 times, but they're not going to have a choice. And the Chiefs are tough against the run, man. Sharp's fine. Sharp's a fine start. I feel like Houston is beatable on the ground. I go back to that Houston Bucks game on Monday Night Football like 3 weeks ago. Houston's pass rush is elite, but they're small up front to where like Charbonnet is the dude and the goal line. So I like playing Sharp this week. He's a borderline top 24 option. Speaking of CMC, surely he can't keep up this crazy amount of work he's getting. No. But the thing is, Kyle Shanahan ain't going to stop it anytime soon. He's never going to stop it. So I mentioned this about, I think it was last week on the show. I was like, as a CMC owner, I have a couple shares, only one share that I could trade him in. And I'm going to roll with him because it's a 10-team league. It's a super flex. I have CMC, Bijan, and Jonathan Taylor. And like, I'm just rolling with those. And I also have Chase Brown, who just sucks. If he had actually turned out something, it'd be unfair. But Yeah, you had to trade him. So, like, for me, I'd rather if I could trade CMC for Bijan, although if I'm the Bijan owner, I'm never doing that. What can you get for CMC? Like, right now, I want CMC over Gibbs. But if I could get 2 more weeks, now it's risky because you're waiting for him to get hurt. If you can get 2 more weeks out of CMC, they have a week 14 bye. So if you could get 2 more weeks out of CMC and the Lions have a week, I believe it's a week 8 bye. So if you can get Gibbs for CMC after the bye, bro, we're doing that all day because like Gibbs is the opposite. Gibbs is barely getting any usage. He's getting 16 touches a game. CMC is getting 26 touches a game, and CMC is more injury prone. So I want to do that all day. That's the trade. Oh, thank you, Andrew, my dude. Appreciate you always answering my questions, man. One more, Hunter Henry or Mason Taylor this week? I'm leaning Taylor. It's got to be Taylor. I know the matchup's really nice for Hunter Henry with Tennessee, but Mason Taylor, there's no Garrett Wilson. Carolina, they're against Carolina. So Carolina's strength is their corners, right? It's J.C. Horn. Their linebackers are not great. So yes, how many passes is he going to throw? Is Justin Fields going to throw? Give me Mason Taylor as their de facto number 1 receiver. We've seen games where he has 9 catches, 12 targets. Like, it's Mason Taylor. Now Hunter Henry probably has more touchdown upside, but I'm definitely leaning Taylor. I get you there. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you. Let me get back to the top here. Where was I at? Would you drop Kupp for Calvin Ridley to stash in your bench? Probably, man. Just like, what are we doing with Cooper Kupp? Like, it's just not great. And I just don't see it. I think he's more playable, obviously, because Ridley's hurt. But Kupp's old. Like, Ridley could get traded. Like, we saw this last year. Calvin Ridley did really well down the stretch. So give me Calvin Ridley, especially if you don't have to play them. If they're your wide receiver 5 on your bench, what's the point of even having a wide receiver 5 on your bench? I want a guy with upside is Calvin Ridley. Yeah, CMC is going to get injured, and you have Brian Robinson, so you're good. If you have Brian Robinson, like, you're fine. You're fine. In the one league I have CMC, I don't, which is a little concerning. But you're good. Brian Robinson is amazing, and the nice thing is he's not getting any usage, so like he'll be super fresh. I think so, Logan. I would start Wilson over Bourne if Jacobs is out. Like, they like Wilson there. Wilson's a good player. He's a big back that can receive. Well, James, it's reckless, and we're talking about a guy that missed most of last season, came back, and then got hurt with a different injury that's had multiple season-ending injuries that they're paying a lot of money. That now it's working for them right now, but like CMC is not a young back. He's injury-prone. He's got chronic injuries. It's like the Todd Gurley situation. Like, dude, you got to they traded for Brian Robinson Jr., which makes no sense. They traded for a guy who I like. I think Brian Robinson, yes, not even close to the same player as CMC in terms of his versatility. But Brian, you can give him more than he's getting, like 7 snaps a game. Like, I want to give Brian Robinson Jr. 7 carries a game. Take the load off. I just don't like how they're running CMC up the middle. Like, use CMC the way you're using him in the passing game. Don't use him on inside draw plays and in inside zone runs. Like, that's just stupid. And he's also not very efficient at those runs. Brian Robinson is better at those runs than him. So it's a weird, man. I mean, Brian Robinson Jr. is a must hold. Like, in general, and he's saying if you have CMC, you hold on to CMC. If you don't have Brian Robinson Jr. and you try to trade for him, if you can't get him, then I think if you can get Jahmyr Gibbs after Jahmyr Gibbs' bye, right, and CMC's bye is coming up at week 14, you do that trade. You might lose a little bit in the short term, but Jahmyr Gibbs is also, let's not forget, David Montgomery gets hurt. Jahmyr Gibbs is the number 1 player in fantasy by a mile. Reggie, Jawan Jennings is droppable, dude, for sure. The fact that you have Ayuk eventually coming back, you have Kittle coming back now. Pearsall's been out. He's still not doing anything about Pearsall. Like, Pearsall is ahead of him in the pecking order, especially with Mac Jones. Underrated. I don't think DJ Moore is going to be out is the problem. And I do like Luther Burden. I could not trust to start him in this weather game. I could not trust Luther Burden. I would rather play Whittington and Alec Pierce, even if DJ Moore was out, than Luther Burden. The Voodoo Doll. I love the Voodoo Doll theory. I will say this. I don't think CMC looks particularly great. I mean, the numbers look good. The usage is huge. But does he look dynamic to you? He does not look dynamic to me. Like, he looks like an above average player. When we're used to saying CMC is like a game breaker, like an elite talent, he's savvy and smart. He just doesn't look great. I don't think his numbers look good, but dude, he's averaging like 3 yards a carry. Now I'm not a yards per carry guy, but he does not look dynamic. I mean, have you seen like one jaw-dropping run? Like you see 2 or 3 runs a game from Bijan. I know it's unfair to compare him to a young Bijan, but you see these runs from some of these running backs. Like Jonathan Taylor looks like that dude again. I have not seen that from CMC. And I will say CMC was never, in terms of a pure runner, he's a better receiver, was never really the absolute best in terms of like running the ball, but he was always pretty dynamic. Mark, I love Mark. Mark, you're starting your job on Monday, right? Thank you, by the way, Mark. Thank you. My guy just supporting me. I'm going to have to get another beer now for that, Mark. I'm getting another beer for you. So if you want to stick on with me, I appreciate that. I'm rolling. This is over 3 hours, boys. I'm rolling. I'm back to my 3-hour streams. Let's fucking go. Now I got a little juice in the tank. I placed a 14 parlay: Browns money line, Chargers money line, Commanders plus 3.5, and 49ers money line plus 800. I feel great about it. Browns money line I like. Chargers money line I like. Commanders plus 3.5. They're beat to shit, but they're against the Cowboys who can't stop a nosebleed. And Niners money line. Yeah, plus 800. I'm in. The targets a game, Mark, he's getting is just unreal. It's unreal. I'm gonna put my bets up here while I grab a brewski. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I gotta take a pee too. So I'm just gonna put the intro screen on real quick. You guys keep on commenting here. If anyone hops in and is like, what's this guy doing? He's not here. Tell him to stick around. I'm going to just play the intro screen while I take a pee and get a beer. I haven't peed yet. It's been 3 hours. All right, that was that was a fucking awesome piss. Holy shit, that was a good piss. Nothing better than a good pee. Oh, the 27th. I thought it was this Monday. That's the next Monday coming up. Cool, man. Well, I know Mark will still find his way to get on here. But yeah, dude, hopefully that works out for you, bro. Chat, Mason Taylor, Emmanuel Wilson, if Jacobs is out, or Bourne. What's the scoring, Logan? I think it's Emmanuel Wilson, but the problem is Wilson plays at 3:00, so you're not going to. I mean, maybe we'll know. Hopefully, we know before the noon games if Jacobs is in or out. I think, but there's a chance we won't know. Full PPR. I think you could take out Mason Taylor in that conversation because you're looking at a possible starting running back and Bourne who's just tearing it up. So I think it's between those two. And well, hold on, the Niners play a late game, right? Niners are a late game. So yeah. Oh, Niners are a Sunday night game. So yeah, it's just Emmanuel Wilson or Bourne. So you're good there. The timing works out good. It wouldn't be Mason Taylor. 007, wouldn't wish injury on anyone, but besides the obvious, what handcuffs have the most upside to become a workhorse down the stretch? I mean, I guess I could rank them for you. I think Tyler Algier is the number one. The problem with Tyler Algier, he's least likely to be the starter because Bijan Robinson's an Iron Man. Blake Corum is one of my favorites just because Kyron Williams has injury history, and I really do like Blake Corum. Tootin's up there, but no, I'm not going to go there. We're gonna go Ollie Gordon. I like Ollie Gordon, especially when the coach gets fired. Let's see here. We're gonna go. Yeah, the Eagles' backfield's a mess. There's nobody there. Isaiah Davis is a deep shot. I do like Isaiah Davis, just because Breece Hall. He's more likely to get the starting job because Breece Hall could get traded. DJ Giddens, deep shot. DJ Giddens. He is available, widely available. I love DJ Giddens, and I will break this down here. Is DJ Giddens the first game of the year when Jonathan Taylor had that little minor injury and they were up by 28 points against the Dolphins? They gave DJ Giddens 12 carries in the fourth quarter. So he is the guy there. He is a pretty dynamic rookie. So it's DJ Giddens season there. And then Cowboys, no one on the Cowboys. Emmanuel Wilson, I think they'd go out and get somebody. And then let's see, Brian Robinson Jr. obviously must own. And then that's really it, man. That's really it. Because the other, I can't count like Charbonnet or like David Montgomery. So yeah, DJ Giddens, baby. I know, Mark, you've been talking up Giddens for a while, and Story loves Giddens. So usually, like, Story is my college guy, right? Like, he knows a lot about the NFL, but Story is so good on these player, the prospects. And when he gives me a ringing endorsement on a guy, he was all about Puka Nacua coming out of college. I wish that the show, obviously, you can go back and watch those videos for a whole month. He mentioned Puka every goddamn show. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? Before anyone talked about him. He's been talking about DJ Giddens as a guy he loves, so I do respect his opinion. What's up, Gary? Gary Gaetti right here. Hassan Haskins is almost droppable, man. He might miss this week too, so we got that one wrong as a community, and I'm going to take the L on that one because, again, another guy that Story loved was Kamani Vidal coming out. He talked him up a lot coming into last year, but even him on the show said he'd rather have Haskins after the Hampton injury. So he was a Vidal guy. So we all thought it was Haskins. I feel like Mason Taylor would be a better start. I'd definitely be the number one option. But what does the number one option mean when you're talking about the Jets, right? Like, that's my thing. Let me go back to your comments here. I forget who you had. Sorry. I need a producer is what I need. I got to do all this. It's a lot. Yeah, Bourne will, but the thing is, Bourne has this. I don't know if you guys watch It's Always Sunny, like the Charlie and Danny DeVito, the Charlie and Frank connection, like the weird little connection they call it. Like that's fucking Bourne and Mac Jones right now, man. That's what it is. So Bourne's just been so hot. I'm not as high on Bourne as like the fantasy community. But, man, that's a tough one. I just, Mason Taylor looked like a good start last week. I know Garrett Wilson played, but Garrett Wilson essentially didn't play, and he had one catch. So, like, that's the problem. You really want to fuck with the Jets outside of Breece Hall and maybe Justin Fields? And I always, like, again, I would rather play – I think I'd rather play Michael Mayer over Mason Taylor. Definitely if we have no Jacoby Myers. I'd rather play Michael Mayer. 100%. Boys, we are 5 subscribers away from 2,500. I know it doesn't seem like a big number for some, but for me, it's a giant number, man. We have been, getting 5, 10, 15 a day, but 2,500, that's a big number, man. That's a number to write home about. I'm going to tell my kids about that if I ever have kids. The day I got 2,500. Hopefully it'll be 25,000 in a couple years and 250,000. And, we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I kind of like the smaller community because you guys are all pretty generous too. So I think I might like the smaller community because then it's more personal, right? That's just when you start having too many people in here, you can't really get to know people because I do like to try to get to know some of you, at least the guys in the Discord and the Patreon, especially Mark. I got to know Mark pretty well here. Blake, my media manager, shout out Blake, was on the show last night. And Jason was a hoot last night. He lives in Florida and he was playing golf at 9:30 at an outing, a scramble. Man, he was hammered. Ray was more hammered tonight though, actually, than Jason. And Ray is a tank, dude. I've seen Ray can drink. So like to see Ray hammered is like kind of, he's like me. Like Ray can outdrink me. Like we can have 20 beers and be like functional. He was not really functional tonight, so he must have taken something else. Maybe he got a bad batch of beer or some shit, or he's drinking some liquor. Damn straight, CK. Fucking love CK. CK, what a guy. What a guy. Again, I just want to shout out CK and some of the others. I like to just give the shouts to the guys that deserve it. There's CK right there. He's a semi-pro. Give the shouts to the people in the Patreon. Been helping me keep the show going 7 days a week. Apparently 3 hours a night on some of these streams. Yeah, the smaller group, CK. So I think what I'm going to have to do is when it starts growing, I'm going to have to limit the Discord. Obviously all the OGs are in there that like aren't in the Patreon because they were in the inception of these streams. But I can't have I don't think we can have the Discord over 100 people. I think once it gets to 100, we got to start. It's got to be pay to be in there because once you get to like 150 people, it's just going to be too hectic and people, it won't be as personal. You won't be getting your questions answered. It'll just be too much, right? So right now we got a good number. I think 50 people is a beautiful number. And the different channels does help, but like we got to find a way to keep it what it is, right? Because like multiple 100 people in there, it just becomes a shit show. So we'll figure out a way to make it work. You CK, you're good. I mean, you're in the Discord, you're in the Patreon, so you're good. You're never leaving. You're an OG and you're in the Patreon, so like you're a god in my mind. So I worship the ground you walk on, and I love you. That's the typical drunk person, right? Like, dude, I love you, bro. They start hugging you on shit. You're like, what the fuck? I've never hugged you in my life, and now you're hugging me 3 times in 10 minutes. I'm a hugger, though, man. I'm a hugger. I hug. I'm a humper too. Hump my wife's leg all the fucking time. All right, you guys got any last questions for me? We're rocking almost 3.5 hours. I think my record was 3 hours and 45 minutes. That's a marathon. I did have some guests on here earlier today to kind of help me out. Kind of takes a little bit of the load off me. But I think one of my goals in life is to set the all-time longest stream. Now, I'm sure it's some crazy-ass number from some kid in like Korea or something that did it like 28 days straight. But 100%, Mark. And there's also, some pretty funny shit in there too, right? It's not just fantasy football. It's, we all know what it's like. We all have our fantasy group chats, right? That are like hilarious and pretty raunchy. So again, it's not your PC, but it's also respectful. Everyone there's respectful, and no one's calling each other out for being assholes or wrong or idiots. So that's what I love, man. That's the one thing that I'm taking the biggest pride on is the community I'm building and the people I'm getting. And I don't know, you think you'd get some assholes in there because there's a lot of bad people in the world, and somehow we haven't had any besides the trolls in the chat. But like, no one's really been a dick. So I fucking love that, man. Fucking love it. All right. Any last questions before I get off? I will answer a few more. I had to take my dog on a I can't say the word. He knows the WALK word. It's like a child. I got to spell it out. He knows that. He kind of knows the W. He gets all fucking crazy. Damn straight. That's what it's all about. Later, CK. Appreciate you, brother, man. Again, tomorrow night we'll be doing a probably 10:45. I think Story will be on. He's traveling tomorrow. He's gonna be out of town all week for work. So I'll have somebody on. We'll figure it out. I'll be on. I don't miss a day. I don't miss a day, gentlemen. All right. Anyways, I think that's it for me. Any last questions I'll get to here in a minute, but I got to do a couple things. It's getting kind of late. I'm kind of hungry too. All I had was chili for dinner, which was delicious, but I kind of want more of it. Not a problem, Marvinator. Thank you for, your comments and your positivity and just being a cool ass dude. All right, gentlemen, that's it. Mark, appreciate your generosity as always and just you being in here the whole time and just helping me out as the moderator and just the number one fan of the show. You're the fucking shit. Everyone else, man, tomorrow 10:45, the bets. I'm going to put the bets up here one more time. If you missed them, it's also there's a episode, there's a short and a full 3-minute episode on the channel. If you want to hear my reasoning behind them, there they are. Cortland Sutton is up to 60 yards right now, which kind of sucks, but I love the rushing totals, man. Love the rushing totals on all these bets. So hammer those, man, for sure. What we got? Last question here. Furious Spinach. Could I drop Daniel Jones for Dak in Dynasty? I have Kyler and Dart. I mean, how is Dak available in Dynasty? I would keep them all and make a trade, man. Quarterbacks are hard to come by, but I would probably rather have Dak than Daniel Jones in Dynasty. Yes, they're close because Daniel Jones is a little younger, but I like Dak in that offense better. I think the bigger question is, would I rather have Daniel Jones or Kyler in Dynasty? Man, it's tough. Kyler looks rough right now. We don't know what the fuck's going on with that dude. So, quarterback limit is 3. Now we're talking here. Man, try to trade one if you can. Yeah, I would rather have Dak. I think I'd rather have Dak than Kyler, and I don't know. I know. Marvinator, I always do. I always put like 4. I sprinkle, right? I do the all the like the lower numbers. I don't like the running back numbers. I like Daniel Jones and a ladder. I ladder those. But yeah, I'll put like $5 on the parlay, maybe 10. And I usually do like $150 to $200 on each of the bets. So whatever your unit is, right? If you do $100 per your bets, do like 5% on the parlay. I always do small amounts on parlays. If there's a parlay boost, I'll do a $10 bet if that's the max. I will always boost a parlay to $10. But I'm not just going to be putting parlays out there just because it's generally losing money. And yes, Kyler is a garden gnome. There it is.
Don't pee on me, know I'm saying? No, I'm saying. No, don't do it. No, I'm saying.
Yeah, you have to do it. I could see why you draft Jones over Kyler. Kyler, former first overall pick. I get it. The rushing upside. It just hasn't looked great. And this is only a 6-game sample from Danny Dimes. So I get that. Marvin, yeah, parlay them together if you want, man. Unfortunately, like I said, you're going to be getting Cortland Sutton at 60+ yards where it was 54.5. Marvinator, are you in the Discord? Marvinator, are you in the Discord? Because you need to get in the Discord so you can get these lines proper, because you'd be getting Cortland Sutton at 54, not 63.5 is whatever it is. So are you? I can't remember if you are. There's a lot of people in there. Dobbins or Addison, highest upside PPR? Dobbins, dude. Give me the starting running back in a plus matchup. Now, Addison probably has I'd say Addison probably has a higher upside, but like I'd rather start Dobbins. Yeah, Marvin, you got to get in there, man. I'm telling you, it's all these guys. You see how it is. They're fucking awesome. And yeah, dude, just go to the Patreon. It's just the $5 tier, man. You get the bets, and also if you bet NBA, I got my dude. We're doing NBA shows here once the fantasy season's over. But even before I do the shows, I'll be posting 5 or 6 NBA bets a day in there. My boy is 65% on player props. And we're not talking like minus 140 player props. They're all minus 120 or minus 110. So you're going to be killing on those. So it's definitely worth the admission. Not to mention you get in the Discord chat and a lot of good time. So Dak and the offense will score 50 points. They might. Who has the biggest D in the NFL? Kyle Pitts. Favorite adult star, man. I watch amateur shit, bro. So Ron Jeremy, give me that. Give me a male one. All right. I want to watch a big old hogged out dude. I think Bam Knight's going to take off. He's super talented. He looks okay. I think he looks better than Michael Carter, but who the fuck knows? All right, gentlemen, that's it for me. Appreciate all you guys. Marvinator, love you. Mark, definitely you. You're the man. Everyone else, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. Tomorrow night, 10:45 Central Time. We'll do a recap show of all the Sunday action. My boy Story, or maybe Chaz. I don't know who else. Someone will be on here. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, guys. Stay positive. Love your life. Respect each other. Let's watch some football tomorrow and have a good time. I'll see you tomorrow or in the next couple days. Or if not, then it was awesome hanging out with you. Love y'all.